So, as we had last left it off, the party, fleeing the horde of harpies that had been surrounding them in the water stilts inside the ruins of Greyhelm, you were able to find your way inside the inner sanctum. There are a number of puzzles into the inside of this chamber where the source of this disruption of magic that the arcane users could feel was emanating from. You overcame the tricks and the traps, and you made your way inside to find this large blue spherical ball of some kind. The originator, this pulsating effect that you could tell was having an effect on the immediate area, as well as the queen or the matriarch of these harpies inside. You briefly conversed with her before she made it very clear that she was asking this alpha for her to assist in destroying her enemies. And now it has sprung to existence with large, watery, vortexing tendrils emanating from its body as its eye darts back and forth between all of you. It is currently chained in place overhead of this whirlpool that is beneath it, and the waters around the sides of this chamber are now splashing up and outwards, as if being affected by some magical force, as both of these creatures move in dangerously to attack you. So, top of the round is Cora.
Crap. Shoot. I think. How many people do we have? I think I'm going to bless some people. All right. So I'm going to bless Joe Pricks, Vorkris, Agnes,
Okay.
and myself. So I'll make that
It'll be a second level blast then, won't it?
yep, level 2 bless.
Alright. So Cora clutches her holy pendant and this song of divinity emanates from her, wrapping you all in a wreath of golden light that blesses you.
Um ba, 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 ba. And because spiritual weapon is also second level, I can't cast it. So
That's right, yeah.
I think that's my only other bonus action. So I will stay right here. That's it.
Alright then. That brings us to Lisma.
So, is that a wall in front of me, or can I just step over it?
You can step over it. It's like a kind of it's like a hip high kind of wall. You can just like hop yourself over it.
Cool, I'm going to do that. And I assume I have direct. Oh, there's nothing blocking the alpha.
No, it's just sort of extended, so you basically just have to like be right underneath it if you wanted to attack it in melee. If you want to attack it at range, you have to get a little bit closer because it is currently like probably about 8-9 feet off the actual ground at the moment. But the ground itself, there's no solid structure beneath it. There's just that whirling vortex of water. So that little ring around it, that's like the only kind of real stepping stone you have to engage it in melee.
Cool. But I'd be able to probably hit it with an arrow or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I'm going to get my bow out and fire away.
Okay. By the arrow, ting, 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 and just bounces off of the hard structure that is the Stilter Alpha.
Christ, those were shit. Right,
And
that's
the
my
second
turn.
one, ting. Yep. Okay. Agnes, you're up.
I'm going to cast second level Bane on both the Alpha and the Queen Harpy.
Alright, so charisma saving throws from
Yep.
the Harpy Matriarch.
Yep.
That's an 8 to save, so she
That's
is baned.
failed.
And the Stilter Alpha. 3, so that is also baned.
Well, I mean, the first few rolls of this session are going great.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to Bardic Inspiration to Zurich. I'm just going to grab him by the shoulders and be like, please kill it. It's really scary.
Okay.
Which one?
Does it matter?
Probably me.
Yes.
Alright.
The answer is yes.
Okay. It's the Stilter Alpha's turn, so the waters around it start vortexing upwards. Almost like a funnel. It directs this funnel directly in front of it towards Lisma, Cora, and Joprix. Can you both, all three of you, make Constitution saving throws, please? As high pressure water expels towards you in a 30-foot cone. That's a fail.
As well, it's at D4.
Yeah.
So 13, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 17 from Cora then. I believe they're all fails. DC 18. So you all take 10d8 cold damage. So you all take 34 points of cold damage as the water splatters all over you, forcing you backwards. You like hold your ground as best you can, but this is incredibly high pressured.
Well, it has been a while since I showered.
I don't suppose I could retcon a portent.
Too late now, unfortunately.
Right now. Okay.
Yep.
I'm down.
So Joprix drops down. Alright, that is its turn. So Joprix, can I get a death saving from you, please?
It is D&D rules. You always die just before your fucking turn. Every single
Right,
time.
right.
That's one failure.
One
Right.
failure.
Chris, you're up.
Focus saying that is remarkably scared. And remarkably deaf. And I'm going to look up at the Stilter Alpha and go, well, let's find out what scares you, shall we? And I shall cast Phantasmal Killer. So I require a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Just checking something. Yep, no, that's a good one. Okay. Wisdom saving throw from the Stilter Alpha. Natural 1.
Happy with that. Okie doke. So now at the start of each of its turns, it will take 4d10. Oh no, so it takes 4d10 now. Oh no, sorry. No. Let's put it in the chat because this is not a spell I've used before. So it's frightened, and then at the end of each of the target's turns before the spell ends, it must succeed on a wisdom save. So it doesn't even take any damage yet. That
Not
just
yet.
sucks. Yeah, but then it could pass the next wisdom save and do nothing. So I've just wasted a fourth level. That's
It's happened to know.
a fourth level spell that you have to fail 2 wisdom saves on. Seems a little bit harsh.
Well, it would have disadvantage on those saves because it is currently frightened of you.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's a fair point. I'll take that. Thank you.
Right.
But yes,
So
that is all I can do. So I'm going to move up here just behind what I'm assuming.
It's also baned as well, so it has a minus D4 to each one of those saving throws.
I will take those odds. But yeah, I'll move up there
Okay.
and try and hide behind. Well, not hide, but
All
stand
right.
behind this pedestal thing
Okie dokie.
and hope it offers some sort of protection.
Zurich, you're up.
So feeling inspired, I think he's gonna grab hold of his shield and spear, charge in. To there, and then
So you hop over the over the water.
he's gonna grip his spear, and as he thrusts it, there's this like explosion of sound. I'm gonna go booming spear.
Who's that against? The
Yeah,
Harpy
the one-
Matriarch.
Yeah, this one.
Right. So that 12 unfortunately is a miss.
Can I add my? Is it a D8 for the inspiration?
It is a D8.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can add your D8. Oh, that definitely makes it a hit.
So that's 13 points total,
Nice.
and
So
she
as you
takes more
strike her
than
in the gut, that explosion, boom, and she's blasted backwards, and her frail form is like hisses at you.
think I'm gonna bonus action as well. Spear of Forcer, just jab it into her.
All right then. 15 is also a hit. 9 points of damage. You hit her again. She gets blasted this way to the side. Like she hit part of her like body just strikes against the stairs that she's like being backed up against, and she's like, yeah.
Quick question before I do anything else. If I was to
Yep.
hit it with another booming blade, does that the moving ability stack?
What do you mean?
So, because if she moves now, she takes an additional I think it's 2d8 damage from the booming blade.
Yes.
But if I was to hit her again with the booming blade on this turn, the same turn, would it go to 4d8 if she moved?
I do not know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just so it doesn't eat up
The
time,
way
I'll-
I've always got the ways I've always done stacking, for as a general rule, is that if it's from multiple sources, they stack, but if it's from the same source, it doesn't stack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's gonna be me then, I think.
Okay. So it is the Harpy's turn.
The internet says no, to be fair, if that helps. For stacking Booming Blade.
Yeah. Awesome. I wasn't sure.
Right, where are we? That's what we need. So, right, so Agnes, Zurich, and Vorkris. This creature's face becomes distorted with a blackness. She gazes into you, into your minds. And all of you make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Nope.
Orcris is the only one who saves, as you two just become you guys. So Agnes and Zurich, you see.
Agnes gets a D4 from
Does she?
Bless.
Oh yes. Then that brings it to success. So then, Zurich, in your mind, you see a vision of you achieving your greatest desire, and you drop your spear. You are paralyzed to the end of your next turn. Right, that is the Harpy's turn. So, at the top of the round, the area around you begins. The water begins like shifting upwards, and water starts exploding everywhere from every crevice and just washes over every single one of you. I need Orcris, Cora, Joprix, and Agnes, and the Harpy Matriarch to make dexterity saving throws, please. Well, Matriarch succeeds.
I'd like to use my. I'd like to use a.
Portent?
Yeah, I think my portent's an 18, and I think I got to do it. I think I have to use it.
Okie dokie. Still a natural 20, so. The DC is like 13 anyway. So.
Oh, I thought Joe Pricks was taking hers to port in her role. I got confused.
Yeah.
I think I because I roll a 6.
Yeah.
I'd be done for.
Alright, so Joe Pricks will succeed. So you're able to get out of the way of these waters by just taking a little bit of cover behind the chest high wall, and the waters don't splash you too much. And as such, your presence. Oh wait, no, you're incapacitated, aren't you? Then you know.
Oh wait, then I probably can't even use
Yeah,
it.
then
Can
you instantly fail then.
I? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, silly me. Yes, so that lair action happens. So all of your magical effects, one. So if you have more than one, you can choose. But if you have a magical effect on you at the moment, that has been nullified.
Are you saying like her bane is gone and our bless is gone?
No, she got out of the way, so her bane isn't gone. She succeeded on the saving throw, so she's still baned.
Okay.
Everybody else loses their bless, I believe.
Well, I got 13.
I got 13.
Oh yeah, if you got 13, then you succeed. So sorry.
I lose my bless.
Yeah. And so does Joe Pricks.
That's right.
What did you? Sorry, Joe Pricks. What did you get on your death saving throw? Was it
I failed.
7?
Yeah, it was like a 7. I failed the first one.
You know, bless works with death saving throws. You know that, right?
I think I used it, didn't I? Did I not use it?
I don't think you did.
Didn't.
Try and roll d4 for me just to see if you can get to the 10.
Wow.
You do, so that you can take that one failure and add on one success.
Okay.
It was unfair. All right, so Cora, it is your turn.
So
Just so you are still concentrating on bless, but the effect has been nullified on
it
you
just
and Joe
off
Pricks.
on me. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And keep concentrating because it's the only thing saving us.
I'm going to. He's right by me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to. Which one is a bonus action? Not that one. Healing word must be. Okay. So first. Oh shit! I can't do that because it's another concentration spell. Damn it. All right. So I will get up my spiritual weapon then. I don't think I can mess around. I'm gonna cast it at level 4. It's gonna go right on the alpha. So 30.
Oh, nice. That's a natural 20 you got, so. Okay, so the fucking hell. Alright, so you got 7, 14, 19, and then an additional 5, 10. So that's 29 points of force damage against the Stilter Alpha as the spiritual weapon appears and strikes the orb in its side, and you see a massive crack appear in its like outer carapace, and the whole thing boom, 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 sort of bobbles up and down on the chains, and you can see the Matriarch just shriek in horrified subjectivity. How dare you! It cries out to you in its own language.
Can I scoop up baby Joe Pricks? Is this thing that he's up against, I'm assuming, is like a little like half wall?
It's a wall. Yeah, it's like a little half wall, yeah.
I would like to scoop up baby Joe Pricks.
Yep.
And carry him over the wall. And as I'm doing that, cast Cure Wounds. Get up. And I will cast that. That was a level 12. cast it at level 2.
Right. So, that's good. So, Joe Briggs, you come back to consciousness with 17 hit points, and Zurich, those waters wash over you, nullifying that paralyzing effect that had been placed upon you. I forgot to have him roll as well. Ah. Right. Anything else from you, Cora?
No, I just brought both of us back there. So I will be kneeling down, hopefully giving myself a little bit of cover.
Yeah, you can give yourself half cover
as
if you consider yourself prone. Right. Lisma, you're up.
I am going to try and fire another couple arrows. I'm going to try and focus it on where the carapace is starting to crack, though.
Okay, so you fire your arrows.
Let's see how badly I miss this time. Oh,
That'll be a hit.
cool. I'm just going to roll the other one as well.
That's 2 hits.
Cool.
Yay!
Six
8 damage.
and 2. All right, so as the arrows fly forward, cracking into the side of the Stilter Alpha, like puncturing glass, you create 2 little pellet-sized in its structure. Right. Anything else from you, Lisma?
Next me.
Right, Agnes, you're up.
I'm going to get my hand crossbow out and I'm going to shoot the harpy with the hand crossbow.
Alrighty then.
Plus a d4. 10!
And it unfortunately is a miss. The the bolt, ting ting ting, off of the stairs.
And I'm going to use a bardic inspiration on myself and beat myself up mentally for being such a dick of missing.
Okay.
And that's it.
Can you use a bardic inspiration on yourself? I don't think you can inspire yourself unless you're a specific class.
She is looking.
Other than yourself within 60 feet of you.
Well, I just mentally beat myself up and don't give myself the inspiration.
Okay. Alright. Anything else from you, Agnes? Is that it? Or is that it?
That's it.
Alright, it is the Stilter Alpha's turn. So, it is considered frightened.
Wahaha.
Oh. Okay. It is going to... The 2 tendrils lash out towards Lisma with its 15 feet range. Aren't you? And then it will probably point its chilling gaze towards Vorkris. So Vorkris, can I get a wisdom saving throw from... No, sorry, constitution saving throw from you, please. And this is Lisma's attacks. 23 and 19, and then the 2d4s. So that's 22 and 17. So I'd assume the one hits you, Lisma? Lisma?
Can you hear me?
Yep. There's I assume one of them gets you.
Well, the 23 and the 19. Both get me.
Well, no. I had to just subtract 2 from the 19 because it makes it a 17 because of Bane.
Okay. Yeah, the 23 gets me.
Right. That is 12 slashing and 11 cold damage against you for 23 points of damage in total. And Vorkris, you got 17. Unfortunately, it's just a fail.
Okay, so what happens to me?
66 cold damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. You take 22 points of cold damage, and as it stares at you, you just feel your body lock into place. Now, can you make a Constitution saving throw as well for your concentration? The DC is 11. And the
Hold on,
fantastic.
D4.
Oh yeah.
Plus.
And that makes it. That just makes it so you maintain
Boys.
concentration on the
Oh.
phantasmal killer. So at the end of its turn, so it will now make another wisdom
Another
saving
wisdom.
throw at disadvantage. 7. So that is a fail. It will now take the psychic damage.
21.
Nice. The
A pittance of the
creature.
damage is dealt out to us.
You can see the eyeball, like almost greenish-like lines, spread down to its pupil, and you can tell for a construct it is remarkably stressed. You have no idea what this construct could possibly be seeing. All right, that is the
Whatever
Stilter's
scares a
turn.
construct.
All right, Joe Pricks, you're up.
Joe Pricks will kind of look up bewildered, like, oh, I feel like I was hit by a stone giant. Oh, thank you, Cora. He's going to weakly kind of point his wand over the lip of that little stone embankment at the Stilter Alpha and say, Stilter Alpha! And then kind of with a flourish point his wand and then cast Psychic Lance at it.
Psychic glance.
Psychic Lance. We'll roll within
Oh,
Psychic Lance. Put it in the chat. It needs to make an intelligence save against my DC, which is 15.
natural 1.
Nice. So it takes 7d6 and is incapacitated until I think next turn.
Yeah, take that. Not being able to move. Oh wait.
All right. Can't take any action.
Oh, fair one. Okay, that's much better.
1 second, I'll get that.
Are you a kitty cat?
23 damage.
No, I'm not.
Nice.
Nope. Just talking to Esme.
So this almost violet energy of psychic power shoots forward straight through the creature's eye socket, and the ball itself just sort of shakes horribly as more cracks in its outer shell appears. Looks this creature, this construct, definitely looks damaged. As it just kind of shuts down a little bit, the pulsating effect sort of nullifies downwards to signify it is currently incapacitated for a round. Alright. Forcris, you are paralyzed. Can you repeat your saving throw, please, at the end of your turn?
I can indeed. Was it Constitution?
Yes, Constitution, yeah. DC 18.
Plus a D4, but that's nope.
No, unfortunately, you are still paralyzed. Alright. Zurich, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep on keeping. Booming spear towards this harpy.
Anyone's a hit? Nice. 12 damage there. 15 is also a hit. Another 13 damage. As you just continue striking at this harpy, she is like feeling the pain. As you start cutting away parts of her, you can see blood splatter out onto the floor. And she's just sort of flapping and just trying to get out of your reach. She's like taking a few swipes, but it's just scraping against your armor as she hisses at you.
I'm just smiling, daring her to move.
Right. It is her turn. So, Harpy Matriarch is just going to start singing. I believe everybody is within 60 feet of her. She's got Luring Maestro as she begins her luring song. She can target, as a matriarch, she can target every humanoid. So can everybody make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage?
Would the fact that we all have cotton in our ears still from before when I ripped up my cloth put that at just regular?
No, not against the matriarchs. This is a very powerful song.
I'm gonna use my portent for that.
Okay.
I'll burn it.
If I use lucky, do I roll 1 or 2?
1.
1. I'll try and roll lucky.
Okay.
Jack,
Yep.
Finally, I get some good
I have a
rolls.
question.
Yep.
I have an inspiration left over from when I asked Bark if he had any black burners named Little Bitch, like
Yeah.
from a long time ago. Can I use
Yeah.
that on my wisdom
Of course.
save?
Of course you can.
You know, because it's been forever just sitting there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Obviously, the DC is 14. So Zurich saves, Volcrus failed, Agnes fails. Yeah, is anybody who didn't roll there? No, that's everything. So, yeah. So, Agnes, Volcrus. Yeah, so Agnes and Volcrus are charmed by this song. So, obviously, while charmed by this harpy, you are considered incapacitated in all the songs of all other harpies. If you're more than 5 feet, the target must move on its turn towards the harpy in the most direct route. Don't avoid opportunity attacks, but you don't move into damaging terrain, so you won't jump into the water. Right. So at the top of the round, the Stilter Alpha is going to take a lair action. And you can see within its body, it starts pulsating. And around you, sparkly lights form. Kind of like fireflies, just dotted here and there everywhere. You all feel a little funny. You feel like the next spell that will be cast, something's going to happen.
Can it do a layer action if it's incapacitated?
Well, it's the lair itself that takes the action, not the
okay.
not the Stilter Alpha. So, anyway, so it is Cora's turn.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. I'm going to reach into the bag of holding, grab
Yep.
a healing potion, and hand it to Joe Pricks. Say, take this.
Okay.
I'm speaking right now. And then I'm going to, yeah. I don't like it. All my good stuff is concentration. I know what I can do. All right. I'm going to cast aid.
Okay, who are you going to cast aid on?
I'm gonna cast aid on myself because I'm low. Joe Pricks is low. Who else took? Chris took damage too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
Lismer's looking the
maybe.
worst, but I
Lismer's
am
Yeah.
looking the
half
worst.
head as well.
Okay.
I'm not too good.
Okay, then I'll do Yeah, I will do. I'll do Lismer then. So the three of us,
All right.
and then I will attack with my spiritual weapon. And it
Okay.
was
So as you go to cast aid, all the fireflies immediately start homing towards you, striking at your body, and it doesn't cause any damage, but it causes a pulsating effect over your whole body that dispels the attempted spell, and the spell fails.
the spell fails. Cool. Um. All right. Well, then I will attack with my spiritual.
Spiritual weapon.
Yeah. Did I do fourth level before? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
fourth level.
Yes, you did. Yeah, yeah.
So then it's still fourth level damage.
10, unfortunately, is a miss on the Stilter Alpha. The weapon just cannot break through the hardened magical power that exuberates around this crystal.
Does it get advantage on that?
Yeah, technically you would. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. The 16 hit?
16 will hit. Yeah, so that will actually make it. So you force it through its limits to deal 17 points of force damage as you once again break off part of the construct's body, which immediately falls into the vortex below and disappears, sucked up, as more cracks appear over its body.
All right. That's it.
All right, Lisma, you're up.
Cool. Well, I am gonna just fire a couple arrows again, hoping that I
Alright.
kill this thing before it kills me.
How many more arrows do you have left?
Well, I had 18, so
18.
I'll
Right.
have.
Just checking to make sure that you're keeping count, that's all. So it is incapacitated, so you have advantage on both of his attacks. So the 13 will be a miss, but your second one?
Second one was a 10.
No, you have advantage on the attacks because it's incapacitated.
Oh, right, cool.
So this should just make a second attack with advantage. 21 will definitely hit, yeah.
Cool.
So roll damage on the 21. It's 9 piercing
9.
damage, lovely. Alright, so bing! This arrow now sticks out of the body of the Stilter Alpha. And you can see like magical energy just sort of pulsates like electricity from its from that wound. Okay. Anything else from you, Lisma?
No, I think that'll do.
Alright. So Agnes, you are charmed. You are magically compelled to move your maximum movement towards the harpy to listen to her beautiful song. At the end of your turn, you may repeat your wisdom saving throw.
At disadvantage?
I believe so, yes, because you are within 60 feet of her. So, yeah, the DC is 14. Hey, you make the save. You're able to throw off the charming effect as you're right beside her, and you come back to your senses. Okay.
Take a mental note of how awesome that was, and then just be like, okay.
Alright, so the Stilter Alpha is incapacitated until the end of its term, in which case, at the end of it, comes back to consciousness, and once again, its body starts pulsating once more. It will repeat its saving throw on the phantasmal thing.
Indeed.
Nine, so it is still seeing that effect. I have 19 points of psychic damage against it. Right, Joe Pricks, it's your turn.
Okay, so Jill Pricks, Lismer, I'm assuming you're visibly hurting pretty bad, right?
Yeah, this is why I don't shower.
Uh, I'm gonna kind of weakly point my wand over the little stone berm again and say, Lismer, you have to save us. And I'm gonna cast polymorph on Lismer and turn him into a giant ape.
Alrighty then.
So hopefully you have fun with that, Lismer.
Where are we? Giant 8.
Very excited.
So I'll just put you on the GM though for now. And I'll give you control of that token there, Lismer.
I don't know if you can still see him, Jack, but you just made him disappear from the turn order.
Yeah, no, I can still see him. He's on the GM layer.
I can't see anything now. I assume that's because you.
Oh yeah, shit. Bear with me just a
That's
minute.
helpful. You can see the GM layer. You can see all Jack's secrets.
Just nothing. It's not even helpful. Thank you,
I'm
Chris.
not done yet. Hold up.
Welcome.
Vision. Right. $30. Right, does that help, Lismer?
Yes, I can see,
There we go.
and I have control.
Yeah. Okay, right. For Chris, you may repeat your Constitution saving throw for both Wisdom and Constitution because you are charmed and paralyzed.
I am desperately trying to move towards a harpy while not being able to move. So the Constitution is normal, not a disadvantage, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so maybe with a D4.
Apply the.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are able to shake off the paralyzed effect.
And then Wisdom. I'll plus a D4.
Yay!
And you're able to shake off the charmed effect.
Who's fucking with my head?
All right, Zurich, it's your turn.
Would we have, like you said about the, because I don't want to meta game. You said we felt something about our spells not being able to work properly.
No, that there are factors come and take place in it. Dispel
right,
Cora's spell. So though all of those little fireflies shot towards her, they're no longer there anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep on keeping. She's gonna get another booming spear, and then a normal spear to her.
Okay.
So 12 and
21 is a hit. So number 10. As you continue your toe-to-toe effect with her, with Agnes just shaking off that effect on her side, so she's like ready to assist you. As his matriarch is like starting to like feel the pain really.
That's all I can do, I think. Actually, I'll move there.
Booming Blade only lasts one round, so because you miss, she's no longer boomed,
Yeah, she can
isn't she?
move.
So, yeah. Right. Okay, so the Harpy Matriarch, she can no longer do her song because everyone's now immune to it. She is going to make 2 attacks with her claws. She's going to go for you, Zurich. Actually, yeah, she's going to go for you, Zurich. 9 and natural 20.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
So that is 8, 9, 18, 21 points of slashing damage against you, Zurich.
Still good.
And then she's going to take opportunity attacks from both Agnes and Zurich, and she's going to fly up by 20 feet, so she's literally right at the top of this atrium.
Are attacks at advantage because me and Agnes are flanking?
We chose not to do flanking in this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
All right, yeah. I couldn't remember.
I couldn't
Yeah.
remember either.
Yeah, no, we do flanking in your games. but not in this one. In your other game, yeah.
Sneak apply attacks because I haven't used
Can
it.
you can you do a?
I've got Warcaster.
Oh right, yeah. So then both hits then. Not lovely. Okay. So it is 6. What's the 2d6 for, Agnes?
Sneak attack.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm rogue. I forgot
about
that as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So it's 15. Lovely. And
Is she still moving?
oh, she moves up to her destination and stops. So
She takes an extra 2d8.
okay. Yeah. So as she's flying upwards, you feel that explode. You see that explosion like effects on her.
Well, that went better than I thought.
Booming blade as a fucking reaction is awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. If I could pair it with Zephyr Strike, it'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Honestly, in a rules as written game, you technically wouldn't be able to use it if you already used a spell on your turn, but it's fine for me. So okay.
Nice.
So right at the once again, the waters start washing around as a lair action, and the Stilter Alpha is also going to target itself in that regard. So, can Vorkris, Stilter, Harpy, and Agnes all make, and Lisma as well, can you all make dexterity saving throws, please? So Agnes, you maintain concentration.
Shouldn't
Or
have been.
wait, so you maintain your bless. Vorkris, you maintain your bless as well. DC's 13 actually, isn't it? Yeah, so you maintain your polymorph, Lisma. It's an 8. So it is going to end the frightened effect on it. The spell itself is still active.
Yeah,
Chris,
it's just not a
it's
disadvantage.
no longer a frightened anymore. It's no longer frightened of you.
I can live with that.
Happy Matriarch. That is a fail, so the bane on her disappears. Right, Cora, you're up.
I'm going to. So she flew up and forward, like diagonally.
Yeah, like diagonally. Yeah.
First, I'm gonna spiritual weapon the thing.
Okay.
Is it still incapacitated?
No.
Okay.
Nice. There's another 20 points of force damage against it. So part of the chain sort of disrupts a little bit, and the crack now, and part of its outer shell shatters, and this ooze of mist-like energy just sprinkles from it like a fountain. It's looking quite rough now.
Okay. I think I'm also. What?
Sorry, I was trying to say something to Tana. And then I unmuted myself because I thought.
I think I'm going to attempt to toll the dead on the matriarch.
All right then. So that's a wisdom saving throw from her. Or
Sweet. So this is 2d12.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh fuck yeah! Now, yeah, you all hear this gong as the matriarch is like flying up. So she just goes, and you can see her body shrinkens, and she like tries to call out for help, but no sound comes out. as the light just leaves her eyes and she tumbles down onto the floor.
1 down, 1 to go.
Okay, I think that's where I'm at. All right,
All right.
I'm good.
Lisbeth, you're up.
Cool. I'm just gonna step forward and smash this guy's face in, I guess.
Punch away. 24 would certainly hit, yeah. Another 20, so fucking hell, that is, oof, that is
48
48 points of bludgeoning damage against it. As, in one of those gyms, you know, you got those little medicine balls on the thing that you go,
The speed
Oh
bag.
yeah.
yeah, you basically just go, "Ah!" And it constantly bounces backwards and forwards on its chains. You just treat it one of those punching balls, and the shell itself shatters away, leaving an exposed eye with the tendrils coming out of it on the inside. Now it's just darting back and forth.
Amazing.
Alright. Alright, Agnes, you're up.
I'm going to stand on this little wall.
Yep.
Jump up and stand on the little wall, and I'm going to get the crossbow out, and I'm going to shoot with a crossbow bolt.
Alright, make an attack roll.
Please be.
One of the tendrils throws the bolt away into the water.
And I'm going to point over at Zurich and be like, Zurich, please do better than me.
I'll try.
Right. It's the Stilter's turn.
Yeah, give him bardic inspiration.
Alright, so Zurich, you are inspired. The Stilter is going to lash out its tendrils. You got one coming towards you, Agnes, one coming towards Lisma, and then the chilling gaze is going to be on Cora. So, Cora, can you make a Constitution saving throw, please? So, Agnes, 16, and Lisma, 21.
What was the bane on the 16?
Oh, the Bane is 3 and 4, so that's 16. That's gone down to 12, and sorry, no, not 12. 13, and 21 has now
17.
gone down to that's 17. So,
Okay.
I believe that tendril will still get you, Lisma.
Yep.
So that is 23 points of damage in total. Agnes, what's your armor class? 15, right?
15.
Yeah, so that is a miss against you. And Cora, you succeed on the saving throw. Alright, so you actually take no damage from the chilling gaze. Alright, so you see this creature and you sort of duck underneath it as the magic sort of coalesces over the wall. And you're protected for now. Joprix, you're up.
Can you have another wisdom save, please?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
6.
And a good roll from the spell. Yay!
Fucking hell. Okay, Vorkris, as you maintain concentration on the spell, the psychic damage just is coalescing, and the eye is sort of lolling into the back of its head as tendrils, black-like psychic tendrils, just poking out of it. They start reaching into the outer carapace of its shell, and like these psychic black spikes, necrotic almost in nature, just start shooting out of it as the entire body just starts coalescing violently. How do you want to finish it?
Yeah! So it's just like, I can just stare at it and watch the fear in its eyes as this phantasmal thing. I'm desperate to know what it is, but I don't know what it is. And it's reaching its tendrils up, it's trying to protect itself, and it just crumbles in pain and shrivels into whatever it shrivels into.
The shell breaks apart, creating a final magical pulse that washes beyond the atrium and probably beyond into the water stilts around. The waters itself become still as the crystal itself begins sprinkling down. And then the chains break. The entire corpse falls into the water below. You can see it being washed down as if in effectively a toilet.
And I just like collapse down to the floor, going, phew. Didn't think we were going to make that one, guys.
We all did amazing, to be honest.
It was.
I mean,
it's
I
a good-
literally cast one spell.
Good save at the end.
You just see me yell and bang my fist on my chest.
It's a good look for you, Lismore. I don't know. Maybe I can make this a permanent thing. I don't know.
The vortex subsides. And Agnes, you would see this because you're the closest. Looking down where the construct fell, there is a small circular, well, not small, probably about like a 10-foot radius circular structure down there. And after about a 20-foot drop or so, where the water that's constantly pouring out and downwards is now sort of opened up, creating a hole in the water, as it were. You can see beyond this circular platform, it's just a sheer drop into the white mist below. That is, as you know from the outside of this particular structure. On the platform itself, you can see, we can only assume to be a vast collection of offerings that the harpies gathered for this thing. You can see coins, you can see gems, you can see a few scrolls, maybe a weapon or two down there.
Guys, there's stuff down there. Shiny stuff.
Ooh, shiny stuff. How far down there?
Those
I've got Featherfall.
I mean, if it's 20 feet, I'm thinking Misty Step might be the safer option. Even Featherfall, you have to aim for the platform.
is it in water?
No, the water itself, now, it's still powerful. It's all like the vortex around that was there has now sort of opened up, revealing this area. So it's wet down there, and if you were to interact with the water that's still vortexing around you, there's a very good chance you could be swept up and pushed outside of the structure into the unknown drop below. So going down there, you'll have to be very careful with your step, but it is accessible.
Did you say it was 20 feet down?
Yeah, 20 foot down, yeah.
I blink my eyes and appear on the platform at the bottom.
There's a wetness around on all of these coins, but it's
You gotta warn me when you do that. It scared me.
Maybe next time. And I'll just start gathering everything up, sticking it into.
It's going to
pockets and
take you a
whatever.
while. You can't fit it all into your pockets and your bag, just so you know.
Okay, maybe if someone lowers down a sack on a rope, and I'll fill it up.
Or maybe prior preparation would do you some good.
If you had warned me, I could have given you the bag of holding.
Well, if you lower the bag of holding down on a rope, I'll put everything in it.
Who's got some?
Fine.
Has anyone got some rope? I seem to have a
I-
chest on me.
I have a rope. I have a rope. Yes. So I will tie the now it looks like I'll be able to successfully get it down without it touching the water wall.
Yeah, if you're not being silly about it.
Okay, no, Cora would not be being silly about this. All right. Very slowly lowering it down.
So the chest is lowered on the rope down. Reaches the platform before you, Volcris.
And I start loading everything up in it.
Okay, you can probably get about half into that chest. What do you want to prioritize? The coins, the gems, or the items?
Definitely the items,
Right.
because they could be amazing. Probably followed by the gems, and I'll leave the coins if there's no room.
Okay. So yeah, I mean the items themselves are bigger. The gems are also relatively big as well. So you basically be able to take all of them without. Probably take
Cool.
like a couple of the coins as well, but it'll be minuscule in nature, really.
Okie doke.
Let's get
Well,
the
I will
platinum
take.
pieces.
Okay. I will take everything I can. Pockets bulging, chest bulging, and then once
Shove some
it's.
in your mouth for good measure.
Yep. Good plan.
So as you're doing this, you start putting all the items in. As you're like putting the items in, you take one bit of gem off, and that reveals something that was sort of buried in this hoard, and like it catches your eye, Orcris, and you pick it up. It is a skull of something you have not seen before. It appears to be. It doesn't appear to be humanoid at all. It has like large fangs that sort of like intersect over itself, like kind of squashed kind of skull-like structure, with sockets for 3 eyes. There are horns on the back of its head, almost signifying of a crown. It is the skull of a creature that you just do not recognize.
Okay, I'm definitely taking the skull to give it further research.
Okay.
Seeing there was something else buried under the thing, once I've picked up literally everything I possibly can, I'm going to flick the other coins off the platform just to make sure there's nothing hiding under them.
No, it looks like it's just coins left.
Well. And then I'll cough while I'm mute, and then I'll pull the little rope to signal, the universal signal for pull the rope back up,
Okay. So
and I will misty step back up.
And all together, you're able to pull out the chest and get it onto the side. So, if you want to go back down for the coins, that's fine. But as of right now, you've got a number of items. Going through the gems, it looks like you've got a good collection of them. There are 2 rhodocrossites, 3 eye agates. There's an obsidian, 2 banded agates, 2 turquoises, 2 moss agates, 1, as you write, 1 tiger eye, and 1 hermitite.
Ooh. Could you possibly put them in the chat? Because I was trying to write them down. I got about 2 in.
Same, and then I saw you give up right after I did.
Hold up.
I mean, the fact that you started off with rhodocrossite, so therefore I had to sit there and work out how the fuck do you spell that?
Cross-eyed? What?
I just need to, if I'm going to copy paste, I need to take some information out.
Fair enough.
I think Cora is going to look at Vorkris and Joprix, and I think Xeric too. Now that that thing is gone, does your magic feel better?
Yes.
Certainly doesn't
feel
feel as weak
connected?
as it was.
I feel somewhat rejuvenated.
I mean, I don't know. I think I feel slightly better from the magic, but slightly worse from the fight. So it's hard to tell, but it seemed better.
Is Lisma still an ape?
I was going to say, do you need me to take you down from being an ape, big guy?
He's
Cora
an
will
ape.
look.
He doesn't understand
Ooh,
stuff like that.
You want to be Lismer.
Banana.
So
Alright,
Lisma, these strange, squishy things that you recognise as friends are saying strange words towards you, but they're not doing anything else, and you're confused as to why they are making strange noises.
Alright, I'll drop concentration off. Watch him scratch his head, and okay, this is silly.
I'd probably start stomping on the floor in frustration.
Comes to eating a bug.
Okay. So, out of all the gems that you find, there is one additional one. It's blue in nature, and it's like a perfect diamond sort of thing, like a diamond shape, not an actual diamond. But it is large, probably about the size of like that. And inside you can see like a vortexing kind of water. There is a rapier in the items that you got, and sort of just like taking it out of its scabbards, you can see it irradiates a very cold mist-like substance, and is definitely magical in nature. There is a pair of steel cylinders on there that are sort of connected together with tubes, and etched on the side of them is strange words. Does anybody still have the spells that they need to do, like comprehend languages, to read stuff?
I did put it up just before I came in here, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I was
So it
reading
should still be
something or other.
because it's not a concentration; it lasts an
Not
hour.
concentration,
doesn't it?
lasts an hour, so yeah.
All right, so you can read these as a as almost as an instruction manual on alchemy.
Ooh, how fun. And that's on the side of the rods.
They're on the side of the steel cylinders, yes.
What a weird place to find alchemy instructions.
And
Would I
then there
recognise
are.
what? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Would I recognise what the alchemy instructions were to do? What it would create? What its
Make
goal
an
was?
make an intelligence check.
There is a. Sorry.
That's about right.
You've never studied alchemy before, so it's one of those things that maybe Vorkus could pick it up, but you know, it's up to you whether or not you want to have a look into that sort of structure, science. There are 4 scrolls. Between if you guys want to, do you guys want to try and identify them like straight away, or do you want to wait until you basically have a short rest to study them?
I think we can wait till we have a rest to have a quick look through them, but I also think that a rest is probably going to be happening quite soon because that was a big, tough fight, and I'm sure I saw Joe Pricks die.
I only once, only the one time, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got me right here, like there's like a scratch in my throat. I mean, it's a little bit of an experience.
Well, it's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
I mean, I kind of want to get out of here before we get attacked by harpies.
Yeah, and that water was cold.
Do we?
I could use my nipples as a weapon right now.
Cora looks down.
You probably
and
had better
says,
luck with the nipples you did with the longbow.
I had some great shots with the longbow.
I have definitely been there where you can't hit fucking anything. It's annoying. But
I
no,
was
you did
hitting it.
have
It just wasn't doing much.
yeah, just bounced off it. Bastard chain, stop it!
Do you think that with the matriarch gone, the rest of the harpies be a problem? Or I don't know how that works.
Well, they're either going to be really, really pissed off and really, really want to kill us, or know already and are making their way through that hole down there.
Or we're their new matriarch. I mean, a lot of clans and things work like that. You kill the most powerful thing, you become the most powerful thing. We can have a harpy army.
Would definitely come in handy.
Yeah, either way, I think because there is a big hole in this floor, we should probably try and leave. And as far as I'm aware, the only way to leave is the way we came in.
Yeah. I confirm that you're going to leave the coins behind.
I mean, I'm out of second level spells. I could technically use third levels to go back down there. I don't know how you're doing, Joe
I
Pricks.
could. I think he went. But I could tie the rope around you and lower you down and pull you back up, or whoever is the lightest, Agnes.
I just really think
He
the
wants.
coins would be
He wants to know if
helpful
you
in
want a
grasses.
Misty Step down there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if
Oh,
there's
Joe Brick
coins,
wants to go down and get the coins.
okay, that's fine, Joe Pricks. You do it.
Right. Well, if you guys are going to be careful, I'd say you guys would spend the next 10 minutes gathering up as many of the coins as you can. Will you be placing them straight into the bag of holding or separately?
He said probably bag of holding.
I just realised I'm making this far more complicated than it has to be. I'm going to get them separately with Mage Hand, one at a time.
Right. So 4 hours later, you guys pick up the last of the coin.
I can't believe I
Just
didn't
like
think
this.
of Mage Hand before.
Would you guys like to spend a long rest inside this atrium waiting for
No,
Chris to pick it up?
I mean, I said
bit
one
at a
coin
time?
at a time. I'll just grab
Yeah.
handfuls, and if Joe Bricks is already down there, then you can still get stuff as well. But I'll just grab handfuls of coins and bring them up.
Yeah, I mean the whole process. If somebody was down there putting it into bags and stuff like that, it would still probably be about ordering on about an hour or so to get them all.
Wow, that's a lot of coins. I
It's-
didn't realise it was
Probably
that many
worth it
coins.
then, right?
Yep. If it's going to take that long, it's probably worth doing.
Can I have a quick search of this harpy to see what makes her sing and like what if it's a biological thing that she's singing or if it's something that she has that can make her sing?
It appears to be a biological function of harpies. Do you want to
should
go in
try
depth into it?
Yeah, I want to go into it and see what she can do.
Make a
Cut her lungs out.
survival roll as you start dissecting this matriarch.
Can I?
I will definitely help you because I.
You're busy, Volcris.
Oh, I am. I'm picking up coins. Sorry.
Cora, you can help her. You can
Okay,
help her if you want.
All right.
I go to stab a little bit, and Cora's like, "No, don't do that."
No. So, between the both of you, you kind of like a Science Sisters project sort of thing, where you put the harpy matriarch sort of like spread her out on the floor, and you just sort of cut into her a little bit without like taking the guts out and stuff like that, but you're just seeing how she works. Her natural biology is very similar to that of a regular person. So you can see that she has organs and the like, heart, liver, intestines, and such. It looks like they would appear to reproduce asexually, in that they lay eggs and they also have the capacity to fertilize eggs as well. Her natural singing appears to be a state of advanced evolution that Cora can definitely discern. Normal harpies from back home, they just have a voice that can sort of tap into the weave a little bit to create that magical, alluring song. But this particular harpy, it looks like, because her connection to the weave has been subdued because of the Stilter Alpha's presence, they've developed a much more in tune with the energies that are around them kind of biology, and her vocal cords are very, very highly different from what you have seen before, in that they interconnect with her actual blood capacity to produce an effect that, if given power, could certainly give off a very harmonious tune that could influence people beyond what they would normally be doing. And because you had such a high survival roll, Cora, you could actually preserve this this vocal cord, and it could potentially have uses with an enchanter or even a craftsman. It could be potentially be like this effect that they produce within the no natural biology could potentially be redone into an item or even a weapon of anybody with any skill.
I bet Vorkris would like this. We could probably take it to Zaza and have him like put it into a shell on a necklace, and then it'll sing a song and it'll enchant people. So like, ah.
Listen, I do not need any more Disney references in my character as it is.
I couldn't not, Agnes.
Do you want to build a harpy?
I think that
We
he
can
would.
do it piece by piece.
But also maybe if we can figure out we could figure out, the opposite, like how to make it so we aren't affected by something like this. I think it's probably worth saving.
Definitely. And if nothing else, it'd be a cool souvenir. Harpy voice box.
That would be really, really mean to make it into a voice box and sell it to someone as like a singing box, and then like
A fantasy equivalent of Alexa.
And
Hey, Matriarch, what's the time?
nobody cares about the time anymore.
Right. So, after about an hour or so, you guys are able to pick up all the coins, place them in appropriate bags and containers and stuff like that. Each and every single one of the coins, there are 4 definitive types of coins that are different from your coins that you utilize back in New Uranium or Stars Unity. You've seen some of these coins before. They have a very ancient design about them. It could potentially still be used as currency if anybody was to accept this, but you find coins that are made of copper, of an ancient design, coins made of silver, coins made of gold, and some coins that are like a very enhanced level of silver that you recognize as platinum.
Shiny.
All in all, you find hereby dubbed ancient platinum pieces, ancient gold pieces, ancient silver pieces, and ancient coin pieces.
Well, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Do they seem roughly the same sort of size as our gold coins?
A little bit smaller, actually.
Maybe not worth
So
quite as much.
we have seen the ancient dwarven coins that were different from the ones that we found in the abandoned cave.
Yes, so
which
those are
were-
the same. Those are the same as those dwarven coins. Yes, then.
These ones are the dwarven coins.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
Actually, they look a lot fresher. Actually, looks like despite the fact that water was constantly running over them, they're not. They don't appear to be rusted in any way.
Okay. Perfect.
Nice.
That was not a short
Right.
rest, right? So we need to get out of.
Yeah, I reckon chuck it all in the party loot and let's get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
How do we get back through the door though? It closed behind us, and
Well, we'll go see if killing the magical thing made the door open. And if not, we'll worry about it then. How long does it take to chisel through a stone door?
A few weeks. Right. So you guys start making your way out. Go up to the door that you came in by. It is still closed. However, you guys did not give a thorough investigation of this area when you came in. You just kind of just walked on. So do you want to have a look around the immediate area to see if there's anything there, or do you want to move on to those 2 stairways that go upwards?
Oh, that's right. There's up.
There's up. I don't remember that being up. It's been
On
too
the
long since we
way-
played this game.
Is,
Right.
that, is the door? I don't know if I'm forgetting. This door here closed, did it? This one to block us off.
No. That stayed open. That stayed open.
I thought we all had to rush underneath it because they were closing.
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
what
it
the-
did. It did close.
Should we
That
be
would
back?
have, but that was being closed because of the effects of the Stilter crystal, which is now being negated because it's been destroyed. So
Right.
that could literally be since you would have to lift it up physically, but there's no more enchantments on it that like keep it from being closed. So you'd be able to, you'd have to put your back into it, but you'd be able to open it.
Cora will wiggle her fingers underneath, and she Hulk it up.
I can help.
So you guys are able to get out of there without issues.
On the way, I know that there were windows. I just want to like peek through a window. We had shoved a chest in one to see if there's any harpy activity.
Make a perception check. Strangely enough, you do not see any harpies out there. You don't even hear them.
Weird.
Guys, I don't know where they went. I don't hear. Maybe they're very still.
Should we check the
waiting
roof
for us.
again?
We can do, or we can just take advantage of the fact they're not here and not worry too much about why they're not here, and get the fuck across that bridge quickly. I think I'm remembering a bridge just outside this door.
Yeah. The stairs were. Whoops. High roll 20. The stairs were like if we went
Like around the sides,
this
basically.
way,
Yeah.
this way. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
side.
All right. I think Cora would probably wanna check that out before we left.
Yeah, did we not try the going up? Have we not got? I honestly, this has been so long since we played. I've forgotten everything that we did before we got to that
Last
room.
time we had gone out there and then stopped short. Of
Yeah.
going.
Like you go out onto the roof of this structure to have a look around to see 2 pathways that lead to 2 separate stilts. You know, like kind of, I wouldn't say they're hidden, but they were thin enough to be missed by the naked eye from when you were down on the 4 stilts around you.
Yep, I remember now.
So do you want to go that way or out the main entrance?
I guess we go out this way.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
All right then. So, you guys make your way up the stairs and the corridors and onto the roof of that particular structure. As you get out there, you can see a massive gargantuan cavern with all of the inverted structures hanging from the ground. You no longer see the mass cloud of swarming harpies around you. You don't actually see any whatsoever. Looks like the skies are clear. Now, can I confirm which exit you went out of? The left staircase or the right staircase?
The right staircase is where we were all
Okay.
lining up to come out of
I think
that.
Alright.
everybody went on to the right.
I did assume they went to the
so-
same place, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Alright, so on this roof-like structure, you can see ahead of you is a combination of stone and wooden single-axis bridge that goes up towards one of the nearest stilts. Probably goes on for a good 10 minutes or so. Looks sturdy enough, but up to you if you want to risk it.
And that's like the only exit from this roof. It's either up there or back to the door.
There is another one. If you had gone outside on the other side, you onto the other side of the structure, you can see opposite ends to you. There is another like kind of opening platform, like a roof-like platform with another bridge that leads to a different stilt going in the opposite direction.
Meh, I'm game for the bridge, and we'll see where it takes us. The little slopey thing. Anyone else going to stop me?
I'm game.
Onwards!
Okay, so you guys make your way back inside, head towards the main entrance from where you guys came in. It is still blocked off. Can I get a group investigation check as you just see examine this area thoroughly?
I think, does Xeric still have, oh, he's gone. I think he still has a second Agnes inspiration.
Yes. Quickly roll for him anyway.
Oh, I still have him. I can do it. Investigation. And then what was it? A D. That was Xeric's. D8.
Right then. Okay, so between all of you, you find 3 sets of levers on the inside. They're kind of hidden away with cobwebs and false stones a bit. 2 of them on the sides. The third one is actually on the roof of the corridor.
So we can't reach that one.
Not conventionally.
I mean, Mage Hand will probably reach it.
How tall is the roof?
Somebody could stand on your shoulders, Cora, and reach it.
Okay. Was Mage Hand strong enough last time we were pulling levers?
Possibly not.
No.
Joe Priggs, how tall are you? What?
Maybe 6 feet. I think 5'10", 5'11".
Okay, well, that's tall enough on top of me. So I crouch down and I pick you up, feet here, and I stand up and I hold you, ready to get you to pull a lever when we need it. Look
Sure.
it, we're nice and tall and we
Right.
can reach it now.
Okay, Cora. Yeah, I appreciate that. Do we know what these levers potentially do yet?
That's
Yeah,
what pulling them does. That's how we find out.
hopefully get us out. That's what.
So Jack, right now we're on the bridge.
No, you're at the stone slab that you know is the doorway
Oh.
to those bridges.
Okay. Well, any ideas on which one we want to pull first?
This one, and I pull the one on the right.
Nothing happens.
I meant this one, and I pull the one on the left.
Nothing happens.
There
All
goes
3 at
nothing.
once.
Pull the top one.
Well, yeah, pull yours first.
Nothing happens.
Okay,
On the count of
all at
3.
once.
1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
The stone slab raises, giving you access to the bridges again.
Okie doke. So now we're where we first came into this area.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, moving on to this, there's a little bit of earth-like structure just out before the doorway itself, where you guys previously investigated, and you can see ahead of you there is that you are slowly rotating with those those bridges that seem to like slowly connect and stuff like that. Your best guess is you have to wait another 35 minutes or so before the bridges connect again. You will notice, however, that there is a single individual here, and there are a lot of harpy corpses around here. One of them is still alive, and is sort of nursing the wounds that she received that you guys stormed through, and she sort of got her back up against this the stone structure wall just to your left, and she sees you coming back. She instinctively tried to hide a little, but there's nowhere to hide, so she's just quite kind of cowers from you.
I try to be friendly. I try to tell you to go back to your harpy friends and tell them to leave us alone. Didn't want it to come to this.
You can see she's been burned heavily, so she's likely got struck by one of the fire magic that was being blasted out. Probably actually, no, not fire magic. It was actually most likely your acid that got her, Fortress.
Well, I mean, hard to feel sympathy when you're fighting for your life.
Right, right.
But I don't know if maybe she'll know something useful about this area. Does Cora, can you cast your magic talkie spell? Because I don't think she understands me.
So I will. Touch my mouth. And then I if you let me close enough, I can help you.
Stay away.
I can heal you.
How?
It's not a trick. Magic.
Magic. You are. Wow. A beacon. You call to the Dark One. Kill to the King. Your magic.
Kill what king?
Did you say that skull thing that I found had a crown on it, or something
No.
shaped like a crown? Oh, okay.
It could have
horn.
looked like a crown, but it wasn't a crown.
Okay, I won't bring the skull out and show it to the harpy then.
What king?
King of this realm. The one who did not come. You were protected by the Alpha. Now the Alpha's death foes have called out among all the realm. My sisters have fled, fearing his wrath.
Are you talking about that skeleton dragon thing? I didn't say his name.
Even though you didn't say his name, just describing him just invokes fear from this creature.
So he is the king? He was the king? Or the magic killed the king?
He is the king. He is Lord and ruler. This is his domain. We were hidden and protected.
Well,
But not anymore.
Why were you trying to stay away from your king?
He's not revered. He is not awed or homaged. He is reviled and feared.
Well, then why don't you guys stand up against him?
powers knows no bounds. He is a bringer of death and destruction. There is nothing we or my sisters could do but hide and live.
Well, where did your sisters go now?
They have likely fled the mountain south, where we would go. North brings danger. South gets you further away from the danger.
Why didn't you leave with your sisters?
She gestures towards one of her wings, which has been ruined by acid burn.
I was left for dead.
If I heal you, you can leave.
Why? You are food. I am food. Why would you do that for your food?
I'm not going to eat you. I don't eat meat. That's disgusting.
There's like just a level of not being able to comprehend what you just said.
That's how I am when people tell me they don't eat meat too.
My friend eats meat, but I won't let him eat you.
I am.
Margaret, you can't eat her.
I lick my lips.
What about me?
Stop
Can
it.
I eat her?
No.
RP. Ugh.
Listen, we want to get out of here, and you want to get out of here. And I can help you, and you can help me. And then we don't have to see each other again. But you can go to safety, and you can lead us to safety. There are other people in these caves that will just kill you too.
Make a persuasion roll.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Not bad. She lets her guard down a little.
Says, you are a strange creature.
I've been told, and she's gonna kind of like try and. She's been working on having her full height, and now she's gonna like hunch back down again and make herself smaller again. Try and be less intimidating. She's gonna hold her hands out and slowly like take a step forward. Unless you tell me no, I'm gonna fix your wing.
She doesn't know what you're doing, so she is naturally scared as a creature. Like she has sentience and intelligence, but she is a predator first and foremost, so she doesn't understand what you're doing. But your natural charisma, your body language, and just your gentleness is shining through, and she will not resist.
This won't hurt. It might feel a little tickly and warm, but it won't hurt. And I'm just gonna gently, because I don't know if her wings are like butterfly wings or what, so I'm just gonna very gently with my fingers kind of stroke down the wounded area. Bervin will heal you and cast Cure Wounds on her.
She tries to kill us now. I'm blaming you, Cora.
So,
Well, there goes dinner.
Okay. So you can see the burn marks on her face disappear somewhat, and her feathers still like are not there, but the burnness on the wing itself dissipates somewhat, and she just sort of caresses her wing with her claw-like hands a little, and just goes,
Are you an angel?
no. I mean, I try to be. I try to be good, but I'm not an angel. I don't have wings. I have fur.
Hey, Matriarch told stories of you.
Of
She said that they were creatures of divinity, of golden light, that they were to be feared and left alone.
you don't have to be scared of me. I'm not scary. There was one time that I got really angry, but I was hurt, and that I think scared people. But other than that, I'm not scary. I'm just big.
I will not be able to fly for a while, but I can move now. I will not try to eat you today.
And I will, in common, turn back, and none of us will try to eat you either. She's under our protection. She's going to help us out of the mountain.
The closest way out, creatures without wings, is in that direction.
And she points over towards the south side of the cavern, actually directly towards that that water causeway that you guys originally exited from.
We came from that way. Is there any other way?
There are others. They are longer.
I think
Yeah, that way's not really an
that
option.
way is where, I know you don't like to talk about him, but I think if I say that, you know who I'm talking about. He was that way. I'm telling you because I don't want you to go that way. And I don't want to go that way either.
Cora, ask if there's any other like shiny things, like all the loot they had down there that we definitely didn't steal from the dead Harpy Matriarch.
Ask if there's anything that could make us fly.
No, just like, is there anything worth powerful magic-y things? Any artifacts? What's the most valuable thing it knows of?
Are there any powerful magical thingies around? What's the most magical thing that you know of? Can think of an artifact or something?
The most powerfulest thing I am aware of is the king.
Yeah, can't collect them.
You know,
You do not know this place, do you? You come from outside the mountain.
we do. And honestly, there was something in here that I was hoping to find, or at least in the north, and I was thinking that it was in here. Do you know Hala? Atahala?
Yes, purity. But Zahala turned his gaze from us many generations ago.
Well, we think that he's trapped by the god of Olympus. And there's a crown that we need to find. Is it the crown? I think it's the crown. No, it wasn't the crown. It was the, god damn it, it wasn't the pot. Let me pull up my notes. The one in the north, the chained Holland stone.
I do not know of what you speak,
I
but
was
I
gonna
know
know
of
too.
someone whom I know.
Where are they?
They are many days to the east.
To the
They,
still in here?
yes.
How do you know north, south, east, and west in here?
Right.
Sorry, I can't understand them, but I want to know.
We are aware of the dangers. Matriarch said to the north was the greatest danger. To the south was the Forgotten Realms. We are furthest to the west and east is where the factions lie.
Factions of more harpies?
No,
Looks at you like an inquisitive look.
Factions of dwarves?
they are known as the Abandoned.
Oh.
But there are many abandoned. The Matriarch spoke of these directions, these places before. I will tell you what I know. And then I will go about my own. And I request protection. Until my wing is healed, I would request that you would protect me from other predators in this realm.
As long as we have a truce, then that goes both ways.
In that direction, which she points in the actual direction you guys have actually been traveling, so kind of like northwards.
Eventually, you'll come to a cave network known as the Green Caves. Much evil lies within. Creatures of formless appeal. Dangerous predators. Beyond them caves lies the shrine of the Dark One and his acolyte, the King. Do not go there unless you wish to die. But if you go to the Green Caves and head east, you will come across an ancient battlefield. The bones of its former denizens lie the plains. We called them the Bone Plains.
That's a really good name.
Very appropriate.
Is it?
We were told of dangers, of creatures there that we could not see. Spirits that linger in hatred and warfare. You keep on going from there, eventually you will come to the Grey Sea. This is where the waters of the Waterstilts originate from. You may find some crossings there that go into the Grey Helm corridors. That is where you will find the factions. It is also where you will find a way out. You may travel to the peak, to Caer Gordon. Caer Gordon is the peak of this mountain. It is where you will find your way out.
So we need to go north to the Green Caves, turn east, get to the Plain of Bones,
To the Bone Plains.
Bone Plains, and then through there, and we'll get to. I'm lost now. We get to the
The Grey Sea.
The Grey Sea. That's right.
Yes. If you can cross, you will come into the realm of the Grey Helm corridors. That's
Is there
where the
anything that would-
factions lie.
Is there anything that would stop a normal boat from crossing in this grey sea?
The Matriarch once told a creature of the depths.
Well, it
Beyond
was a
that, I
cracker
do not
that put us in
know.
this mess in the first place.
So you
do
think
not
that
know.
somewhere along that path is the the stone I might be looking for?
No, but the person you would be looking for, I can think of two. You'll be looking. Just a moment. Sure I get the name right.
Person McPeopler.
You would need to find Beorn. He is the king of the abandoned. You would know. The other one, I would know, lies many days to the southeast. The realm known as the Sanctity of Brotherhood. You would need to seek out Platita, keeper of the Brotherhood.
And they know where the stone is.
If the stone is what you seek, they are the two that I know of that would be able to point you in the right direction. They know all within this realm. The Apostle of the Darkness, the king of this realm, he would also know, but he will kill you should you meet him.
And that's the
That guy.
Yeah.
Our friend.
Yes.
Not really.
If you are to head directly east from here, that way, you will find the realm known as the Lost Descendancy. That is where the danger originated from. I've heard tale that the dangers there are many and unknown.
worse than the he who shall not be named in the north?
Oh, he is the worst. He is the greatest, the most powerful, the most reviled of all the denizens of this realm.
We don't like him either. He took two of our friends. I mean, he killed a bunch of people that were not very good. So that was good, but he did take two of our friends. So I'm not looking to meet him again.
You go east from there, you will find the Grey Sea again, but it would also connect to both the Sanctity of Brotherhood and the Grey Helm corridors. Though that route is dangerous.
So we're gonna be protecting you while we go, and you think that the safest route for us is to go north and then east, right?
Oh, south would be the safest. Towards the caves of Grey Helm. It is where the lives of old, long forgotten, they never ventured that far. They never made it their home. It is a wild and unbridled land where docile creatures are more bountiful. It is where we hunted the most. It is the area that I know the most. Through the Great Helm Caves, eventually you'll come to the Lost City, the inner Grey Helm. From there you will travel many days across the city, through the Commons and Upper Grey Helm. And in Upper Grey Helm, you will find another way out.
So I will have been giving this information to everybody
Yeah.
all along. So I'm not really very good with directions, and she gave a lot of different routes. Hopefully somebody was writing that down. But do you want to go to the south like she said, or what do you guys think?
Right.
I am in your servitude until I heal. Choice is yours.
South is still where we came from, so it's just making our way back down that massive corridor again. Is
This
it
would
not?
be a different level of south.
Okay, then I'm confused. But then do we want the quickest and easiest way out, or do we want to explore the fuck out of these places? It sounds like you've got something that you might need from the faction leader.
So what I was saying is, you know how we were supposed to collect the keys? Like that's why we came to Grey Helm, I think, right? To try and find. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go like this with I'm frozen on my end. I don't know if you guys can still see me, but like steering wheel, boat wheel kind of thing. I'm gonna make that. You know that thing that the keys, the wheel. We have to get all of them. We came all this way. I'd hate to not get. I mean, that's the ultimate mission, right? Right?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have to find it.
I'm up for exploring this. There's already been some mysterious things down here. I love to learn, but maybe let's not run into anything else that almost kills us in one shot. I know we don't have a lot of control over that, but you know, let's just hope really hard.
I'm sorry, I won't balance things in the future. I'll just take them straight out of my imagination, where they do 600 damage per attack.
No. That's what it felt like when it hit fucking.
I'm sorry. Did you
Joe Brick
all
straight away.
survive? Did you all survive? Did you all get hurt?
We
Did you all
did
do a lot of damage?
indeed.
I think that was a
Yeah.
successful balancing encounter. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard.
It just doesn't feel like it when our party gets killed in one shot. A member of our party gets killed in one shot. But no, it was fine. I
It's
just
no
get
fun if you don't feel
scared.
like you can't die.
I'll speak to Lee about that, to be honest.
Yeah, got one already and there's that.
So,
Agnes, Xeric, Lismer.
I think we go north and then bang a right to go east.
You are not Agnes, Lismer, or Xeric, Mr. Joe Bricks.
I'm still in servitude, so wherever
Ah,
Joe Pricks goes, I'll follow.
Joe Priest rolls his eyes.
So I'm just following you guys. Like,
The one thing that worries me about that is obviously the Grey Sea, and going north would lead to the Grey Sea. Like, we have a
Like-
boat, but I don't think it's going to be a big enough boat. We could have done
so
with a bigger boat.
if we go to the south and meet the person in the south who has the information, that's what you think we should do?
information is always good when we know that it's available.
Well, there are the two people. There's the guy in the north and there's the guy in the south. I say guy, and I shouldn't because I don't know. There's the oxygen breather in the north, and then there's the oxygen breather in the south. And I guess both of them have the information.
I personally vote north, but hey.
Like, we can go north, but I don't know how far the Grey Sea is, and if we've got the functionality to cross it successfully after the disaster that was our ship, obviously.
I mean, worst case, could Joe Pricks not turn us into a giant things, and we can turn one of us into a giant bird of some description and fly across this grey sea?
I think it's.
There's got to be a way we can get
possible
through
to
it.
do
At
that.
point.
Yeah. Or an orca. Or
I have faith in our abilities as a party.
Do we actually need to cross the Grey Sea? Like, there's every chance that they could be on the coast or something.
Also possible.
Or worst case
Right.
scenario, under the water.
Yeah. Like, we're making assumptions on something we don't know.
Didn't you find some underwater breathing
Just
armor?
I'll be right back. Just lost for Discord.
alright.
Yeah, we
well,
weren't
if we
sure
take
what
a quick 5-10 minute bathroom break to let Kristen come back, and yeah.
Oh, taking dogs out.
Awesome.
Who?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what we found. We found a set of armor, but we didn't fully find out what it did we? Because
I thought it was breathy underwater armor.
I thought the magic was repressed in it or something, or
Yeah, no, it was repressed because it had been under the effects of the Stilter crystal for
Yeah.
eons. But
Yeah,
now that
so-
that has gone away, the
Ooh.
magic will soon be returning. Anyways, I'm gonna go get a quick bite.
have we still got the folding boat?
Boat him at bow face.
That should be able to
Well,
get us across.
Yeah, well, they're saying there's some underwater creature things, so it's going to be something we have to fight, but hey.
We fought worse already.
Yeah. That's what worries me.
Discord sucked all last night too.
I keep
Ellie's been having
yeah,
problems with
I
it, but
keep
I
having
haven't.
it where it will freeze, but I can see that I can hear Richard's microphone, so I can hear what Richard's saying, and I've got streamy. But it just freezes and just stops for some reason. I did it Wednesday as well, and it's starting doing it again tonight.
What's the British classic?
Is it Snatch? Or is it
Yes, it is Snatch. We're just looking at the
Well,
cast.
it is indeed Snatch. Yes.
I've never even heard of Snatch.
It's like I've heard it. I know I've heard it.
It's one of Guy Ritchie, is it him? Yeah, one of Guy Ritchie's ones.
Yeah.
So he did Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, which I don't actually think is that good. But Snatch, I honestly love to bits. It's fucking hilarious, and that scene is just amazing. We've lost Gorgeous George. Lost him? What do you mean you've lost him? He's got a set of fucking car keys, is he?
Right? His jaw broken.
By Mickey the Pikey.
I mean, that's as good as Lost as far as a fighter goes, right? Broke his jaw.
Well, yeah.
I can't even remember what the hell that guy's name is that plays the Turkish.
Oh, it plays Turkish.
Statham.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So we just had to look up all the names because I couldn't remember who played Bricktop. And even though I recognised the actor, I didn't know his name was Alan Ford. I didn't recognise the name Alan Ford at all.
He played such a good part in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he plays it beautifully, doesn't he?
He does. This weedy man who just has so much power over everyone. Like,
Right?
Hence the saying, greedy as a pig.
Right? That's the best scene too, when he walks in just like drinking a coffee or whatever, a tea out of the styrofoam cup, like, and they're like, who in the hell are you? One guy's, he asks if they know who he is, and one guy's like, I do. It's like, oh crap.
Good. I think I'll be watching Snatch at some point this week now, because now it's in my head and I want to watch it.
It's a classic.
But it will not be tonight, as I have an hour of work to do before I finish tonight, because I was supposed to do it earlier and I didn't, which sucks. And then I'm up early because I've got to drive into Leicester. Yay!
You gonna drive tomorrow?
I work from home normally, but once or twice a week I have to go into the office, and it's just like, bleh.
That's not too bad.
No, it's much better than it could be, but also frustrating. Especially, I'm not at 100%. I forgot my age and drank far too much on Friday, and I'm still recovering.
Ooh.
I've seen the videos. It's very funny.
Oh.
I was like headbanging like shit, and I've just woken up just like broken. Every muscle and bone in my body for 2 days is just broken because I am 36 years old and cannot fucking headbang anymore.
No, it looks painful.
Entirely self-inflicted though, so you know it is what it is.
Did you go see a show?
No, he just decided to go out on the lash.
It was basically a work do, and because it was in Leicester, I thought, do you know what? I'll let Safety have a couple of drinks. I'll grab a mate in Leicester and I'll stay on his sofa so I haven't got to come back, and then I can have a drink. But he was also out on the Friday night, so I went out for the work do and had like a civilized thing. And then when I met him and was knocking back God knows what and God knows where, and well, the first place closed at 2:30 in the morning. I thought, do you know what? That's been a good night. I haven't closed down a bar for a long time. And they're like, yeah, we're going to this place now. No, you don't go to new places at 2:00 in the morning. You go home to bed. But apparently we do. And then that place closed at 4:30 in the morning. And then we bought an obscene amount of chicken wings and came home.
I'd just be going to the kebab shop at 2:30 in the morning. I won't be going anywhere else. I don't even think I can make
I'd
it
be
to that time anymore.
Well,
be
the
looking
person
for
whose
food.
sofa I was staying on was out, so therefore I was out. To be fair, I wasn't complaining at all. I was enjoying it at the time. It's just broken me this weekend.
Isma, are you back yet, mate? Oh, okay.
Was the armor we got was the mariner's armor, and the ring was water breathing?
I believe so, yeah.
The water breathing ring we already had. That was Joe Prix's.
But we found 2 magical items, did we? In the
Yes,
chest?
yeah, those
So-
items were being suppressed by the crystal, but now that the crystal has been dissipated, their abilities will soon return to them. But I'll just confirm what those items are.
So I'm just trying to think. We'll have 2 water breathing rings then, and the armor that can.
So it was a candle of the deep and a mariner's chain shirt.
That's the one.
And then you got obviously a 4th level ice storm and 2 potions of cold resistance.
Don't think the armor's going to be any good for me, because I think you said it was leather.
Chain shirt.
Chain shirt.
Yeah.
What am I wearing?
I don't know. What are you wearing now, Lee?
Oh, is that kind of phone call now, is it?
You have a chain shirt on? You on
Just a
underneath
chain.
it?
Just a chain shirt.
We have an insurance here called State Farm, and there's a commercial. Actually, I should probably find it on YouTube. But he's up. A guy is up late at night, whispering, and his wife comes out and is like, "Who are you talking to?" And he goes, Jake from State Farm. And she goes, "I don't believe you." So she takes the phone and she goes, "Hello, Jake from State Farm." And of course, it's Jake from State Farm. And he says, "Hello." And she goes, "What are you wearing?" "Oh, red polo shirt and khakis." She hands the phone back and she goes, "Well, Jake sounds hideous, or she sounds hideous. She sounds hideous." It was a lot funnier if you saw it, so I'm gonna go ahead and find the YouTube
I'm
video.
aware of State Farm, like Jake from State Farm things. It's become a meme, so they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But I've never
Oh,
seen the advert myself. No.
Every Jake in every office. We have a Jake in our office. He's Jake from State Farm. Every Jake everywhere is Jake from State Farm.
I like those advertisements for Long Gummy, which was a series of adverts from Japan with this like the catchphrase Long man. You ever seen that one?
No.
Right.
But a
so,
long gummy sounds like an enhanced blowjob from an old woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would definitely be willing to try that.
Okay. So, all right, I'll find a link for it and put it in the chat later. But it's a series of adverts that it's better than most dramas I've seen, and it's all about they're just advertising fucking like those sidewinders. I don't know if you Americans have sidewinders, but those like chewy sidewinders that we can get.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a snake. You're not talking about a snake. Never
And
mind.
they're like fruit flavored winding things like candy, but you can eat, but like they're wrapped up and stuff like that. Sideways. Well, I used to have them as kids in my lunch boxes and shit like that. But yeah, so it's like that sort of thing. But yeah, it shows this woman who is going out with this guy who likes the small gummies, but she likes the long gummies. And there's this one guy in every advert who has these long gummies. He's eating them, and she just goes, "Oh my god." Sort of thing, and it's just that catchphrase plays, and the boyfriend's just completely oblivious. But as the adverts go on, she's like starts cheating on him with this guy because of the long gummies, and eventually it just gets really fucking weird, and it ends really wholesome. Actually, I really like how it ends. Like the 10th advert in, but yeah. Do we have Elizabeth yet?
Yep, I'm back.
Wonderful. Okie dokie. So, you guys stand before this bridge, talking with this harpy who has asked for your protection in exchange for she will lead you to places. I believe you guys were just in the process of talking about which direction you would like to go.
Yes.
No risk, no reward. I still say head north.
That's what I say too.
It's dangerous. Green caves are stone's throw away from the king's lair.
Everywhere's dangerous, though. I don't think we have much choice.
This place was dangerous until we got here.
I have so if that guy was that way, I mean, and he came out of the stonework, would he have returned to his lair? Is that what you're thinking?
I cannot imagine the mind of a king of terrible power like he. But the Matriarch warned that any who would venture close to its lair would befell a terrible curse upon them. And king would not rest until they were destroyed and hunted down.
Well,
That's east.
that's
It's
north.
north.
That's north.
That's the way your boss and Vorkris want to go.
I think we would probably learn something either way. Either way
If
we went.
so, out of game. You said that there was also just a way east that would bring us kind of to a crossroads that would let us go north or south.
So, if you were to follow her directions, now there are lots of windy paths to take, but if you were to head east, it appears that you would go across the majority of the water stilts and head towards an area known as the Lost Ascendancy. From the Lost Ascendancy, you could connect to multiple places, but it would be a stone's throw away from a section of the Grey Sea. And then from the Grey Sea, you can connect to the Grey Hell Corridors and the Sanctity of Brotherhood. If you were to head north, you'd be going to the Green Caves. From the Green Caves, you could head east to go towards the Bone Plains, and then from the Bone Plains to the Grey Sea, or you can continue northwards towards Zorsar's lair. If you were to choose to head south, which appears to be the safest of the routes, you would head towards the Greyhelm Caves, and then from there are many connecting paths and passageways, but that would eventually lead on to an area known as Inner Greyhelm. And then from there, you could move on to the Commons, and then onto Upper Greyhelm. And of course, she hasn't told this, but you could from the Inner Greyhelm, the Commons, and the Upper Greyhelm, you could head northwards, and that would connect with the Lost Ascendancy and the Sanctity of Brotherhood.
It's up to you guys. Personally, I don't feel like we need to take more risk than we already are inherently kind of taking on by being here. But if you guys would rather go north,
It's entirely your choice, guys.
I think at the very least we need to go east, and then we can go either north or south. At least if we go east, we can get to where we need to go in that direction.
That's true.
Then maybe the harpy will be healed enough by then to go off on her merry way.
Fair point.
you can lead
Sound
us.
good, everybody?
You can lead us east.
Me?
Yeah, I think if we go east first, and then we can get a better lay of where we need to go next. Going straight to his.
Can we
lair, I
see a
don't
way
know.
of getting east from our little tower thing?
I mean, yeah. Just basically follow
Good.
the connection of the stilts. As you guys are limited on foot, and she's considering how you would get there without wings.
Ah, yes. East it is.
Okay. So, you'll be making your way towards the area known as the Lost Ascendancy. So, you guys wait another 10 minutes or so because you've been talking with this woman for a little while, but eventually the bridges connect. You're able to proceed onto another section of the thing. So, I would say you guys are currently there.
This was just a magnified that, right?
That's right, yeah.
All right.
You can get rid
So
of
we
that
want
if
to
you
be
want.
going like that-y way.
Yeah.
Oh no, east is that way. I honestly, I have a problem with east and west. I get them mixed up all the time in my head.
Well,
Yes, we want to go that way.
I mean, basically, if you're looking at a map, west is left, east is right.
And I know that when I
Assuming
sit there and actually think about it, but if I just try and like know it, I will get it the wrong way around every time.
Hmm. So, there is no way to connect east on that particular stilt. You've already cleared this area out, so then you would connect. You'd make your way over a bridge on the other side, and without any harpies in the area to contest you, it's actually quite a leisurely stroll, actually. And you make your way down to that particular stilt down there. And that stilt there, you can connect. Yeah, from that stilt there, you can connect southwards, or you can connect eastwards.
I say east. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if we're going east, then it makes sense to follow that way.
Right.
I would
So,
have introduced myself, my full name, to the harpy, and asked her if she has a name. Does she have a name?
We are not given names. We are simply broods. The only one with a name is the Matriarch.
Well, if I want to ask you a question, what would I call you? What
You
would I
would
say?
simply talk to me and address me.
Okay.
I can tell when you're addressing me. Your scent gives it away. You do not communicate with scent.
I haven't tried before.
A strange creature. We
It's
harpies, we can distinguish each other through our scent alone.
sometimes I can smell that one, and I point to Lismer. He sweats a lot. He likes to work out.
Call me whatever
Anyway,
you wish then.
I'm gonna think of something beautiful for you then.
Harriet.
What does
Harriet
that
the
word
Harpy.
mean?
Whole. I'm gonna think of something whole.
Like a hole in the floor?
No. When we met this talking tree, he was connected to Hala. He said that the word that I use for beautiful, you all say is whole. The people from Hala.
I don't speak Holland, I speak Harpy.
Oh. Well, it means pleasing. I'll think of something good. But you think that you said east?
The closest word I have for that is weakness.
Oh. I don't think that I don't think that we're thinking the same thing. But I just wanted this whole thing was I wanted to get because you were leading us. I just wanted we can choose this way or we can choose this way. We did go this way before. I think you probably remember seeing us over there. Is that the best way to go?
That way.
She points eastwards.
Okay.
If you were to go that way,
And she points southwards.
and we'll take you to the caves.
Huh?
Come.
And she doesn't walk like you guys. She hunches mainly. Her wings stay coiled in, almost as she kind of like almost balances in all four fours. Kind of like Gollum, if anything, but not as hunched. So you guys travel across the next bridge over onto the stilts. This is across from you. From here, this particular stilt connects with another one that is directly east and north. You can make your way inside if you want. It's up to you.
Should we have a look inside and see if it's a good resting spot? Because we could probably do with a rest before we travel into the unknown.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, definitely would be worth patching up some of these wounds we've got.
Onwards and inwards.
So you make your way inside, and this one is a much more wider open area. You can see beams of wood that have since tumbled down. Decayed areas that were sort of subsectioned off from this wood also. You can see furniture that has since overturned and been broken. You actually see some things here that have recently been broken. You can tell that they may have been animated at some point, but they have been recently broken.
Does that mean the other party are nearby? Possibly harpies stopped them, I suppose.
Did Agnes see them? One of us spotted them.
Yeah. Agnes saw them enter this area. But other than that, it's a relatively secluded area with no real visible threats nearby.
We need to do some recon a little bit. Scout the area, make sure they're not here.
Up to you guys.
Sure. Is that
Who will be scouting the immediate area?
Yeah, I mean, I'll have a look around.
Can I get a perception check from you, please, then, Volcrus?
Not a good one, but, you know. Yeah, 16.
You find signs of a campfire, footprints and emptied out ration pots and the like. So there was definitely something that like maybe a group of people that camped out here very recently, but has since moved on. Other than that, you cannot determine exactly where they went. How long ago they left. They don't seem to be here now.
Okay. But it also means that they stopped here and rested for a while, so it's presumably safe to stop here and rest for a while, so...
Chances are they moved on completely. Yeah, they probably moved on totally. So
Alright.
just
Will
have to
you
keep an
guys
eye out.
be taking a short rest or a long rest here?
I think possibly long rest might be needed. I think
Yeah.
everyone was quite hurt.
Yeah, long rest.
And I will then use, obviously, lots of time in this long rest to be identifying shite that I have not yet identified.
I can
Okay.
cast the tiny layman's tiny hut as a ritual if you'd like.
That does sound like a plan.
Has it? It's been a while since our long rest. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, about. I mean, you guys spent quite a few hours, in and around the Stilter Alpha's area. So I think it's been about 10 hours since your last long rest.
Perfectly reasonable time for long restage then. As opposed to some campaigns where it's like, well, it was 20 minutes ago, but I'm already fucked, so I need another one.
Right?
Have you? As any, I don't think anybody in this campaign has keen mind, do they? So,
Nope.
at this point, it's hard to tell whether or not it's daylight or night time nowadays. You kind of lost that disconnect a bit.
It is a possible future thing for Vorquist because he likes the whole intelligence and study thing, so it would make sense for him, but I don't know yet.
For the time
So-
being, we work on 8 hours, so like travel for 8 to 10 hours, sleep for 8 to 10 hours, and then trying to do it like fake day and fake night.
Right. It's like living in Alaska.
I prefer just walking till we're tired and then sleeping till we're not.
Right,
Time is
so,
irrelevant to the day of
will
Ambler.
you guys be having a watch tonight, or today, or during this rest?
I think we're gonna have to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Harpies might be gone, but they're probably not coming back, this other group, and technically we've got a true side, I don't trust them. I think having a watch is a plan.
I think
Right.
just a one-person watch for a couple of hours rather than doubling up again. I think that'll be enough. Just watch the harpy that's with us, and yeah, making sure nothing else comes and attacks us.
Right, who would like to take first watch then?
I can take first watch. I didn't get too banged up in that fight. But before, I'll just use second wind as well, just to give me a little bit more.
All right. Alright, so everybody begins to turn in. Chris and Jobrix, do you guys spend a fair amount of time going over the scrolls you found?
Oh,
Yep.
for sure.
Going over the scrolls, identifying the rapier, identifying the weird blue watery gem.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so in terms of the scrolls, two of them are third level. There is a third level sleet storm, a third level water breathing. There is one spell that you guys, it's kind of completely foreign to you, but it's probably something that Cora would be able to do. It is a scroll of create food and water.
Ooh. We
The
don't
fourth
have
and
any ink. Is that what was in short supply? Ink.
Paper, we've got a little bit of ink,
Paper.
not much paper. We need to find like a way of making paper out here, which we will do at some point. Hopefully, whenever we go back to Zaza's, he should have plenty of more ink because I showed him where to find some.
Right.
and then there is the fourth scroll appears to be a ritual of some kind that would be more beneficial for Cora as well. It is a third level scroll of water walk.
Well, whatever mysterious magical powers are around here, they definitely like the water things, don't they?
Well, you're in the water stilts. It's kind of the theme here. You want
And there's
more
a hint.
powerful necrotic spells? Go to Zorzar's Lair.
No, gracias.
No thanks. Which one of these would you like to hold on to, workers?
I mean, sleet storm is definitely more my thing than water breathing.
Fair enough. I'll hold on to water breathing if you'd like. I think if we have to use it, it's going to be in a matter of utility and not so much for
That makes sense.
private consumption.
And Cora can obviously have create food and water and the third level water walk. Seeing as I can't cast them, well, I think we can cast them, we just have to past DC things, but definitely easier if Cora casts them. Don't know if these are spells you know of, Cora.
I know one of them.
Well, now you can cast one for free.
That sounds amazing.
Hey, the rapier is frost related. It can be considered a frost brand rapier.
Ooh, Agnes, you're like frosty and cold and everything towards me anyway. Have a rapier that goes with your heart. I toss it over.
I shed a little tear as I'm utterly offended by this. I'm lovely.
You are lovely, but I'm not, so I don't see that.
Okay. So, just for clarification purposes, Agnes, you do need to attune to this. When you attack with this weapon, you deal an additional 1d6 cold damage, and whilst you hold this sword, you have resistance to fire damage. In freezing temperatures, the blade sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. And when you draw this weapon, you can extinguish all non-magical flames within 30 feet of you. You can't use that You can't use that more than once an hour. Just so you know.
Sounds quite fun.
Sound quite fun.
Am I forgiven?
No, never.
That's all right. Vorkus wouldn't go for forgiveness, so it's fine.
This big blue gem that you can find is a because it could be considered an emerald of like a bluish like energy, and you know that inside there is a conjuration magic embedded within it, and you know that if you were to break this, it would likely conjure something from the water plane.
So the
this
time
is
to
an-
use this is right at the end of a really hard fight that you've just about managed to win, and then throw this because it's definitely under your control and definitely won't turn against you and the rest of the party. I may have done that in the previous campaign.
It is a elemental gem.
Cool. Anyone want an elemental gem? Throw it at things you don't like, but make sure you run away quickly.
I could put it in the bag.
Boop.
Right. And other than that, there is no magical energy coming from the steel cylinders with the alchemy etched into it. And that skull remains an enigma. It doesn't appear to be magical.
What skull?
The
Oh,
skull.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Does anybody recognize it looking at it?
You may make, and it is your choice, either a nature check, an arcana check, or a religion check.
I'm gonna guide myself on this.
Go Joe Pricks. Go Joe Pricks. Go Zero.
I
Go
definitely
Zero.
would not know.
Like Zurich and Lismer just sort of staring at it like wide-eyed, like,
That sounds about right.
Hora and Vorkaris spend a little while examining this skull and come to the solid conclusion that you have no idea what the fuck it is. Joprix, having an examination of this scroll, you are reminded of an old, almost a children's tale that you read with pictures when you were just a little boy. Of scary monsters in the woods and how they like to take small little children away. Other such monsters that come from the abyss, and beyond. Putting the dots together, you know you cannot be completely certain exactly what this creature is, but you know that this is likely the skull of a very powerful fiend.
Jeez,
Mainly because demons or fiends with skeletal structures cannot maintain their forms after death in the material realm. They often just go back to the abyss to wallow in agony and destruction. Those who die on the material realm and stay dead, and their remains don't go away, those are the things you've got to be very careful of.
So what you're saying is that since his remains are still here, we have to worry that he's somehow connected to this plane.
It's more of a case of an unknown caution sort of thing. I don't think it's dead. Its skull is like literally in Vorkrus's hands, and if when a creature is dead, it generally stays dead. But you are also aware that there are magics in this world that can be utilized for a lot less than a skull to bring back such horrible creatures.
Cora,
So
could
this. Go ahead, Vorkus.
sorry, I was going to say, Cora, can you ask it what it is?
I think I can only do that if it was like, I don't know. Let me look.
Vorkus, this is something from my childhood. This is something that I remember from fairy tales, and this is some kind of a fiend from another plane. This is the fact that its skull is here is troublesome. This is the
It
thing of
was.
nightmares.
There's definitely some kind of link that we don't understand between our two worlds. This is yet more proof of this, along with that god that Bark was worshipping that apparently was in two places.
Very important question, though. Can I turn this skull into a pair of pamphlets?
You can try.
And drill the holes in the right places to try and make musical instruments out of it.
You can certainly try.
Would this work? I know that it's not the entire corpse. It's just the skull. Would I know that it would not work because it's not the entire corpse? Sorry, I didn't say the spell. Speak with dead.
Speak with- The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. It might work. You don't know. You've never tried it on a skull before, so you don't know if it could work.
What's the worst that could happen? We might as well try.
I mean, the
I'm pretty sure Cora's magic is not the same as mine. There's no chance we're going to bring this skull back to life, is there, Cora?
That's all I was thinking.
I mean, I've read about how to do that, and I know I could do it. It just doesn't sound like something I want to do. I don't particularly want to talk to something as terrible as what Joe Brooks made this thing sound like it
Well,
was, but
we definitely don't have to. I mean, especially if you're not comfortable. It was just more of a curiosity thing.
well, I mean, if you think that it's going to give us information on. Wait a minute. Oh, I found a name for you. I'm going to call you Breezy because you fly and, wind, and I just think it's a really good name
I
to you.
can't fly.
You will because your wing is going to heal. It will. And if you will it into the universe, like giving you name Breezy, it's going to make it happen that much faster. Trust me. But I have a question for you. I'm going to point to the skull. Do you know what that is?
Prize.
A prize.
Matriarch won it against a rival from another realm.
She
Was
just
offered
won.
to the Alpha.
She just won the skull?
Yes. That's what I said.
I mean, the skull belonged to a being at some point. I didn't know if it was the whole creature.
All I know is that the Matriarch had a rival, and she won. And that was her spoil, her prize from her rival.
What did the rival look like? It wasn't from this realm?
Was a large creature. Grey. Carried a club. It was powerful, but it was not clever. The Matriarch outsmarted it and sung it to its death.
Be a giant, maybe?
You guys do have really pretty singing voices. So it was a prize. It was already dead when she got it. It came from whatever that, I don't know what creature she's
Okay.
describing.
Maybe
but-
we should just keep it safe and do some more research another time.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can always do it later if you want.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what you guys learn with your items and your identifications. So whoever's taking the first watch, can I get a perception check from you, please?
Yep, that's about how my
Okay.
night's going.
Oh,
Okay, so today's been a tough day, Zurich, and you can't help but like nod off like half a second here and there, whilst you're just trying to keep watch on like the area around you, just making sure nothing bad happens. And if anything does happen during your watch, you are not aware of it. However, you know it's time for you to head in, so you go to wake up the second watch.
I can do second watch.
I'll join him as well. And can I cast second wind right? Well, use second wind right now, just in case.
If you want,
Cool.
you cast
Didn't see
Catch
it.
Your Breath.
Didn't see anything. It was all clear. It was quite a relatively boring watch, to be honest. So, hope you guys enjoy it. And then, yeah, I'll go and get my head down.
Sounds like a plan. How are we
Alright,
all
so-
doing? I will be perceptive.
So Vorkris and Lismo, one of you can roll advantage, or you can roll individually. So Vorkris has already rolled. He can roll again if he wants. Or Lismo, you can do your roll one.
Yeah, I'll just do my own one since you've already rolled really high.
Yeah, everyone. I always feel it works better when people do their own.
Oh dear.
I'm very tired. It was very cold.
You are very tired, Lisma. Okay. Is there anything you two want to roleplay with each other on your watch?
Well, I was going to correct Cora and say I'm actually thinking about bananas, but
I mean, when you turned into an ape earlier, did you work out how he did it? Do you think you could do it yourself? Yeah, useful.
to be
Talent
honest,
to turn yourself into an ape.
it's a bit of a blur. Like, it all happened so fast. Like, I remember just being huge and feeling really strong. And then next thing I know, I'm just back to myself again, and the fight's over, and it's all a bit hazy. To be honest, I didn't really notice him casting it with everything going on. But yeah, I've seen him use it before, and it does. That'd be great to be able to do, but at the moment, I'm
not-
barely able to cast anything.
It's not something I can do, but I work more with undead than transformations.
Is
Why
this
make a person into an ape when you can just summon a dead ape? That's much more useful.
is it something you could learn to do?
I mean, I can do. I think I can. Well, I mean, if Joe can do it, I'm sure I can learn to do it. But it's not something I have come across so far. As I said, I'm more focused on necromancy, the dark arts, with a few conjurations in there.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I'm sure I'll get there eventually with some magic.
Well, at least the anti-magic field is gone now. I mean, maybe all those times you were trying to do magic before, you were doing magic, but the anti-magic field was stopping you. Now that's
great.
gone.
That's a great point, and I'll just focus on my hands. I'll try and bring some magic into it. Hey, it's back.
Wow.
I'm not sure what it is, but there's I guess it's energy of some sort. But
Do I know what it is?
It's a very, very, very basic rudimentary manipulation of the weave.
It's a very, 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 very basic rudimentary manipulation of the weave. Well done. That is the first steps of becoming the master of the dark arts. Or, I mean, the holy crap, if you prefer that shit.
wait, the dark arts?
Well, with any magic, there is light and there is dark, and the dark stuff's just so much cooler.
I guess that's a matter of perspective.
I feel safer when I've, if I have a little undead minion army around me, nothing can hurt me. Now I feel like I've got nothing, and we haven't come across any decent bones for ages.
You've got a skull, can't you animate that?
I mean, I don't know if it would work because it's not a full body, and if it did work, it would just be a head animated. I mean, that still wouldn't help protect me, would it? I could throw it at people,
You
and it
could
might be able to
carry it
bite them.
around. You could carry it around with mage hand and just scare people. That'd be funny.
I could. And look around. Is anyone else awake?
No, they're asleep unless you're being loud.
No, I was just going to scare them with mage hand and a skull, but if they're all asleep, fine.
And
Maybe
the harpy
maybe the
sleeps
one-
by hanging upside down, so
I want to sleep like that. That looks so comfortable.
How
All
did she
the
get up
blood will
there?
come to my head, and I'll be smarter.
How did she get up there? She can't fly.
she climbed.
Wow.
Like she had to climb at the side of the wall, and there's a few decrepit beams and wood up there. So basically, just latched her feet onto one of those and just sort of like
Right. Yeah.
down like there. So she's got her wings, and like one of her wings obviously barely has any feathers on it, but she's like curled her wings around her body, and just sleeping like that.
That makes sense. No, I'm sure. Like now's not the time to try and learn anything new anyway. But I'm sure I'll find some work out how to harness this power, whatever it is.
Vorkris, your perception will pick up some strange sounds outside of the structure.
Sorry, something's just made a large noise falling down. I don't know what it is. We'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, Ellie's got it.
Okay.
It was Jack's incredible description, and it just made whatever it was in your house fall down.
Everything okay?
We don't know what it was.
It was nothing.
It was
It was-
the animated skull.
It's
It was
fine.
just-
We'll
it
work with
was just a crash downwards, right? It just sounds like my self-respect.
It sounded like something fell off the wall, but nothing fell off the wall. And
Okay, so yeah, you can hear what sounds like stone clashing against like other bits of rock and stone, like and on occasion like intermittent.
okay, is it getting louder, quieter?
No. It's you just hear it outside. It lasts well over 5 minutes if you want to. If you want to just listen to it.
I mean, could I stick my head outside and try and work out where it's coming from?
Yeah. You want to do this stealthily, or do you want to just like peek out?
I'll just peek out. Not known for my stealth.
So, peeking out and looking around, you don't see anything at first, and then you see the sound, like what looks like like a fist-sized rock fly out of your peripheral vision. It hits the platform that you are on. It skids a little bit, and then falls off the edge. And where it falls off the edge, you can see that there are other stones that didn't bounce as far over the edge, but they just sort of scattered around there, maybe about a dozen or so.
Okay. I think it's someone's throwing these rocks.
Well, you look up to see where that stone could have come from, and all you can see is the structure of the stilt going up, and it embeds into the mountain itself. Don't see anything up there throwing these stones, so it's strange where these rocks would be coming from.
Is this structure like directly above us? As in, if the whole thing fell down, would it land on us?
No, it's in like the stilt itself is inverted, so the ceiling is where it is connected to.
Yeah.
You don't see where these rocks are coming from, but the ceiling is basically the entire cavern, and rocks are falling from. Well, some stones are falling from that direction. It's currently like the ceiling itself is probably about 150, 200 feet above you.
Okay, I'm gonna get back in, and I'm gonna get back into the tiny hut.
Yeah.
I'll say that there's stones falling from the ceiling. I hope the whole thing isn't coming in. I don't really know what's going on. I couldn't see anything, but it's weird.
That is strange. Well,
Yes, I think
hopefully,
we'll be safer inside the hut.
yeah, I agree. I'm hoping that we'll be fine until morning. We really need this rest.
Indeed.
All right. So this crashing and sound continues on for the better part of a couple of hours for Chris, but eventually it stops, and nothing of note happens beyond that. So with that, you go to wake up the third and final watch.
Which is
I don't know.
I can do it.
okay.
Joe Brooks.
I will wake up Agnes, and I will tell her that there was some rocks falling from the ceiling earlier. Just keep an eye on that and hope it doesn't all fall and crush us to death.
Is it still doing that?
It stopped about an hour or so ago, but it went on for a couple of hours. It was weird.
Well, that's odd.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure if I couldn't see anyone moving up there, but yeah, just these rocks falling down.
And
It wasn't like loads. It wasn't like a landslide or anything. Just like the occasional.
we might have a visitor up there. You think?
It's possible. I couldn't see any movement. All I saw was some rocks falling, and I don't know enough about underground ancient construction techniques to know how long they're supposed to last. Maybe little bits of rock fall off every now and then.
Did Breezy stay asleep throughout the whole?
Yeah, it's an upside down too. It's a really cool way of sleeping.
Odd.
Sure, that's just not the Verity in you speaking.
No. Vorquist likes death. Death likes vampires. Vampires like bats. Bats sleep upside down. There's a link.
So, Agnes and Jobrix, one of you can roll perception at advantage, or you can both roll individually. Your choice.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
We might as well just both do one each.
That's fine.
Okay.
Ooh. Ugh.
Right, is there anything you two would like to roleplay with each other during your watch?
So, what do you think that the stones are?
I'm wondering if it's movement outside that's caused it. It's quite high up though, so I'm concerned that it might be something big bigger outside or still kind of big inside, but I don't
Gonna
know.
have, gonna have to keep our eyes peeled. I'm gonna light up my pipe, start to smoke. So I don't know. I'll have to take kind of a look at the universe this morning and see if I see anything. The universe gives me any pings back to see what I can do with the day today. I'm gonna roll my portents while I'm
Okay, roll your buttons.
1, 5, and 15.
Okay.
That's this.
Agnes, in your watch, you'll hear the definitive sounds of something squelchy, or not squelchy, but something soft moving outside.
Directly outside or
Yeah.
further? Okay.
Like, directly outside your structure.
Is Joe Prick still in his trance-like smoking state?
No. He'll be aware of it as well, but he wouldn't be hearing it because you're the person who scored high enough.
Okay, I'm gonna just nudge him and be like, "There's something outside.
Hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can
What?
take a look. Shh,
Uh,
stay here."
uh, all right. Okay.
And I'm gonna very quietly try and just take a look around a window or some opening that I can see to see if I can see it.
Make a stealth roll, please. Okay. So you very quietly sneak up. There unfortunately are no windows, so you have to go up to the door. You slowly open it and just sort of peek around it. And on the corner of the square-like walkway that is at the bottom of the still where you guys like walk around on, you can see a large creature with 4 legs and a long tail. It has like a bright orange, scaly flesh-like to it, and its head is like there's like a lot of excess skin on its chin or so, but it doesn't have any fur that you can see. It has like a couple of like spiny little spikes on the top of its head, and it's got wide eyes on the side of it.
I slowly close the door as quietly as possible. And I go back and I said, "There's a lizard thing. And it's on the balcony thing of this." So,
Lizard.
if you're,
Small
but
lizard. Size of my hand.
no, bit bigger.
Bigger lizard, like size of a
D-
dog. Like
Is it as tall as I am?
It's a size could be considered the size of a horse.
Yeah, a little bit bigger than a big dog.
oh
Really,
oh
really big dog. Great
oh
Dane.
oh big lizard.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, horse size, yeah.
Oh.
But so I think I was quiet and just kind of sneaked a link, but there's only one way in, so I think we just need to keep an eye on that door to make sure it doesn't actually come through that door.
Oh, there are 2 ways in. There's a door on the opposite side of you, but yeah.
We'll stay vigilant. Back to back, I guess. I'll look at one door. If you look at the other door, uh, how does that sound?
That sounds perfect. And it's perfect way to play I Spy because we can't see what the other one can see.
Yes.
All right. So you guys wait, and eventually that sound of movement subsides, and you can only assume that this creature has moved on. However, a few more hours pass without incident, and eventually everybody naturally comes to consciousness, and you have completed your long rest.
Hooray!
Whoop, whoop.
So you guys consume a day's worth of rations. Obviously, Cora consumes 3 times the amount.
Well, at least Cora can create some food and water if she needs to.
Quite a lot of food and water as well. You guys get your things ready, and you will proceed to move onwards. So, this
Before we leave, I
Yeah?
would let everyone else know about the lizard thing that I saw
Yeah.
outside. But I would also point out we're not sure whether it's day or night, and whether it comes out at nighttime or comes out at daytime.
Could be
Breezy.
following us. It may smell.
the Breezy will say,
Yeah, food. Dumb creatures. Not hostile. Find them, you eat them.
Okay.
That's great. Nothing to worry about them.
Happy
Agnes,
days.
Did you draw it in your book?
I will draw it in the book, but I don't have my pad down with me at the moment, but I will draw it in the book.
You should draw a really pretty picture of Breezy too.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do with that.
Take some liberties, maybe. I think accuracy is best.
okay. So, moving outside, this particular stilt only connects with 2 other stilts. The one you've come from and the one directly ahead of you in an eastward manner.
Directly ahead of us in Eastwood Manor, I guess.
Alright, so you move over onto the next stilt. This one is similar to the other ones. However, this one can connect to 3 different stilts. Well, sorry, 4 in total. So it looks like a crossroads set one. You can move north, east, or south to other stilts.
Breezy, you still think we should be going east?
Yeah. Look. Edge of the cavern. Scene.
So it points out, and just through the mist of this area, you can make out what appears to be like bedrock, like the cavern edge.
I'm happy to keep going. I think we could be here forever if we explore every room.
I know. I think
No,
we
I
need
But,
to
think
keep
but there's,
right now
pressing.
the plan is to
there could be nice treasures. We must go east.
Can I have a check along the floor and that in here to see if there's
You
any
go inside
footprints?
this. So you're on the outskirts of this particular still on the balcony area. Do you want to go inside the structure, or do you want to search it on the outside?
Does it look like the door's been moved or anything like that, like open before?
Make a perception check.
The way my rolls are going, it's not going to matter. Oh,
You can tell that this door has had a fine layer of dust on it that has since been interacted with recently with the handprints on the handle.
so I'd be able to match up that the people who were camping have definitely come this way,
It would seem so, yes.
and they've gone in rather than round, or at least checked inside.
Yeah.
Well, the campers that rested at the spot we were just at have been around here at least. Not too sure which way they've gone, but we might bump into them.
Great. I'm not sure that we want to open this door in case they're on the other side. Then, right?
If they've just had a rest, then they're not going to want to stop here. But I do think it is worth just sticking our heads in to make sure there's not something
Full of gold.
We had a
They might
truce
not all-
anyway, so
I don't mean them. I mean something else here that might jump out at us through a window or through another door or what. Just stick our heads in, make sure coast is clear, move around.
Do you do that?
I agree. Maybe quickly. I would think. I just don't want to get too off track. My opinion.
So, having a quick look inside this particular structure, it looks like you just met the after effects of a fight. You can see half a dozen harpy bodies scattered around, layered with slashing wounds and piercings and magical blasts. The room itself is a tip. Looks like it's been thoroughly disturbed for anything of any value.
Oh, they've just got no respect, these people.
No way to tell how long of a span of time it's been.
Make a survival check.
Interesting. Let's see.
I'm gonna.
Actually, no.
Sure.
Sorry, please disregard that. Make a medicine check on the bodies to determine
Okay.
how long ago they died.
Oh, Cora's gonna do that then.
Best you can tell, these creatures have been dead for several hours. Probably no longer than a day.
They're very cold. Cora, apart from that, I don't really know. Do you?
Did I, with a 19, did I figure out anything more?
That is what you figure out with the 19.
Yeah. Nope.
So Zerek, with your it's a nature check, so
Oh,
so you're able to determine that there is no cause or effect of nature happening to these bodies.
Um,
they didn't
I'm
die of
going.
natural causes.
I'm going to, for Breezy's sake, go to the ones that the harpy bodies that are around and make sure their eyes are closed and like their arms are crossed over their
Why?
bodies.
They lost the hunt. They have food. Might as well eat them.
Oh, I don't eat meat.
Strange creature.
You're funny, Breezy. How's your wing feeling?
Less burned.
She sort of
Do you
side
stretch?
glances She sort of side glances Walkrus as she says that.
Did you?
And she does
Did you-
stretch out and like she can do it. You can see there's little wince and pain from her as she does it. There's still no feathers there on her left wing.
Wait. I have an idea.
What?
A friend of mine, he gave me a double dose of this potion. One time I lost my hair. It was bad news, but um hair and feathers are kind of the same, maybe. If you wanna try a sip to see if it regrows your feathers, I could.
No.
Okay.
You poisoned me.
Haven't we had a truce? I healed you and I'm protecting you. Well, think about it. I've got it. So
You just get this. You just feel like this creature, whilst it does have a truce with you, is not prepared to accept unknown liquids from you at this junction.
it still wouldn't stop Cora from trying.
Also, feathers are not hair.
I know. Harpy also has hair, so I'm sitting there like maybe she'll Rapunzel it out too. I don't know, but like
Oh, just imagine having a very hairy wings, like feathers on one wing and like hair on the other. Like, what the fuck?
she grows armpit hair instead.
So, what direction do you guys want to go from here?
We sticking with the eastwards?
I mean, I don't technically had a truce with them. If that's who you think is this way, it could maybe not be them, but we could still go. south from here if you wanted.
I still think we haven't gotten to that spot where we have to make a decision north or south, right?
Oh yeah, no.
We're just following in the footsteps of, and I'm going to gesture to the dead harpies in the room, of somebody else. I just didn't, we don't know who that is. So
But we don't
I'm
know
fine to
which
keep going
direction.
east if you want.
We don't know which direction they've gone from here, though.
Well, they went from that one that we were just at to this one. Zarek, did you? He saw the unsettled dust on the way in. Did he see anything on the way out that would indicate which way they went?
Make a real survival check this time. This is to be for tracking and stuff. You are unable to determine which way they went. Like, they went out the door, but you cannot determine which way they went after they went out the door. So,
Do we know which door they went out, though?
probably the one they came in from.
Oh, okay. East it is then, I guess.
Eastwards, eastwards.
All right.
I think if we find evidence of them again in the eastern, I mean, we could probably establish a pattern. Bear in mind that we're behind them, though.
We'd have to arrest at some point after this fight.
Unless it was not a big fight for them. I mean, would you guys rest after fighting 6 harpies?
That's how well they rolled.
Yeah.
Do you really think I roll by myself? Don't answer that.
It's what you do in between the games, yeah? Like, if you're not DMing for us, you're sitting there rolling dice pretending you're right.
Do you think I
Let's
just
get
sit
back
around
to
with a bag of
new
dice
game.
and a dice tower? Like, who does that?
So Varys casts Eldritch Blast, and all of his friends goes, "Oh my god, Varys, you're just so amazing!" And says, "It's not me, it's God."
Shut up, Varys. I hate you.
I hate Varys so much.
I mean, I always hated Varys, but I hate him more now.
Okay, so you make your way eastwards. Next stilt. This one seems a little bit shorter. You're going a little bit of an inclination upwards across the bridge. Looks like this one connects northwards and eastwards.
Eastwards, eastwards.
Eastwards?
So you make your way on the outskirts of this particular stilt, and ahead of you, you can see the bridge that goes ahead. There's like a kind of an inverted triangle sort of section. As you go on ahead, you can see there is another bridge from a stilt directly south of you, but like above, that connects down into it, and they intersect into this bridge, and then continue onwards to a section of other stilts that are very close next to each other. So you get one stilt, another stilt, and another stilt, but they seem to be like kind of like funneled a little bit. So they are all considered one stilt, but they're 4 connected to each other. So you're making your way, continuing to eastwards, and you get yourself to this path. Can I just continue? You'll continue to go onwards and not turn around and go up the bridge to the southern one.
Yeah, can we check to see if there's any signs of the other group have come this way as well?
Right. Make a general survival roll, and this will determine if you're able to pick up their tracks at any point whilst you're moving here in the water stilts. Okay. All right. So you do not find any signs to indicate that they came this way.
And you said the bridges now, are they stone bridges or are they
They are stone bridges, yes.
Oh shit! I was gonna like smash them down, but don't think we have time to do that.
I
They're
don't
very thick
Yeah.
as well.
if we wanted to go back at some point, I don't think that would be a good idea.
No. Right.
All right. So, continuing on to this funneled stilt. There's like a long, it's kind of like a long rectangle, just kind of like squiggly in some ways. The balcony goes up all the way around it. It looks like it's following it all the. If you follow it all the way to the end, going down, there's another bridge that connects to a stilt westwards. It looks like that stilt is somewhat connected to would then go and connect to the stilt with the cross bridge also. So like basically you got this long rectangle, and then at the end of that rectangle in like the southwest area, there's a bridge that connects to another stilt, and then around that stilt that would connect to a bridge that goes to the stilt that was quite higher up, and then from that stilt it would then connect to the bridge that intersects with the bridge you just crossed. Having a quick look around the outskirts, it looks like you're very, very close to the cavern edge now. It looks like there is one bridge that heads eastwards to a stilt that's half embedded into the wall and the ceiling.
East. Head towards that as close as we can get, I think.
I think that's the plan.
All right. So, avoiding going through inside this particular rectangular stilt, you make your way on the outskirts of the balcony to this bridge that connects it. Cora, your survivor will pick up signs of footprints and other such signs to indicate that some creatures went this way recently.
Creatures like the big
Humanoids.
lizard thing, Agnes.
Humanoids.
Um, hey, somebody was here, and I'll point to the footprints. Does it look like just as recent as the stuff that we found back that way?
More recent.
Okay.
And are they going eastwards as well? Are we going to keep
By
following?
looks of it, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
they
catch
might
up with them soon.
have.
We should just be on guard, just in case they're about.
Yeah, I think Joe Bricks is going to cast mage armor on himself at this point.
Alright. So you make your way across the bridge into this final stilt. You do not see a balcony on the outside of it. There's just a singular double door. One of the doors is kind of almost off its hinges a little bit and looks like old and decrepit, but it is wide enough to fit a large creature through. You guys are able to push it open, and inside you see a circular-like atrium. You see all manners of furniture, like tables and chairs, just kind of like overturned onto the place. You see a second floor with like a chest-high kind of balcony, a guard sort of thing, and a few offshoot rooms up there. But directly ahead of you, you can see an archway that leads into a dark cavern, or a dark corridor even. There's a lot of old parchment scattered around this place, as by the looks of it, a number of old skeletal remains of creatures and the like. it looks like this particular area has seen some furrow through like traffic before, mainly from the denizens of the harpies and other such, creatures that exist here.
Through the fun little archway to darkness of doom.
Carefully.
Maybe.
Carefully.
So Breezy is like hobbling alongside you guys and just goes,
This was a checkpoint. Our domain. We go further. We leave Matriarch domain. Dangers ahead. Creatures that might not want us there.
It seems that no matter where I go, there's someone that doesn't want me there. I'm used to it.
Yeah,
Agnes
getting
just
used to it
nods
myself.
frantically.
See?
Alright, do you guys want to move ahead instead of investigating this area?
I'd like to maybe investigate first, if that's all right.
We're in the circle atrium now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
want to see what the parchment says, if it says anything useful.
I mean, there are dozens, hundreds of like discarded parchment all over the floor. So,
I pick up 3 of them to see what they say.
alright. So roll 3d20 for me, please. Okay, so 2 of them look very similar to each other. In that there's like a sort of like kind of like a checklist of things from a language that you don't read or understand. But basically, it looks like some sort of organizational sort of thing. Another parchment that you pick up appears to be maybe a letter of some kind. It's hard to tell, but once again, you just don't read that. You just don't understand the language. It makes no sense to you at all. It's all in like runic pictograph sort of things.
I will admire the beauty of it and stick them in my bag.
Okay, so you have 3 parchment papers in your bag. Joypix, go ahead and make an investigation check, please.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a look around this area, and it takes you about 5 or so minutes, and everybody's just kind of like just taking a breather and just like watching and looking around. You head up onto the 2nd floor, the balcony kind of area, and just sort of peek your head into some of the rooms. You see were nests that have since been abandoned. You can see eggs that have cracked and been left behind. You check another room. You see what looks to be a sleeping quarter that has since been overgrown and decrepit with dust and cobwebs and the like. And you go into another room and you find rows on rows of wooden what's the word I'm looking for? Like drawers. Basically, you see stacks upon stacks of parchment inside these like wooden wardrobe sort of things stacked across the walls. It's not a very big wall. It's not a very big room. It's probably about 30 by 20 or so. But there are several rows of these like wooden cabinets with just stacks of parchment in there.
But that's all. The writing is all incomprehensible.
No, these parchments are actually plain. There's no writing on them.
To read some of these, then.
Why would harpies have paper?
I think they,
Breeze.
I think they would.
Ask Breezy.
I have to cast it again because it's a new day. Breezy, do you you guys write? Like,
Oh,
what do you use this paper for? This parchment for?
nothing. We didn't go there. There was
Do you know?
no food in there. We didn't go.
Do you know what came in here?
No, no one ever went in, as far as I know.
So this
It's
is like
been,
from the original people.
it's been left. There's a dead room.
Can I read any of the parchment?
Okay.
Well, like
I
I
offer
said,
out.
the parchment in the room that Jobrix just found is all
Yeah.
blank parchment.
Oh,
I
it's
hand
just
out. I
blank.
hand out my shopping list to Volkris. Here you go. You can read this. I think it's very, very important.
You do not understand that language unless understand the language unless you can cast comprehend languages again.
I mean, I can cast it ritually, but if there's like all this parchment, is this like parchment that
Is
we
it
could
usable?
use?
Right, right.
Wizard
Yeah.
parchment?
Yeah, you could use that
Let's
as parchment if you want.
Let's grab
gather
some
up
of
as
this parchment.
much of
Right.
this fucking parchment as we can get.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Blank
This
Um,
spellbook's gonna look amazing.
If you want to take all the paper in this room, you're definitely going to require the bag of holding. But
Are you guys trying to build a paper house?
Well, you see this little magic spell book that I've got. I like for some reason it's not like a normal book that has blank pages. When you're a wizard, you have to spend all your money on fucking paper and write it in, and then it just like magically stays in the book somehow. I don't really. But there's paper. There's no paper in this land. This is the first parchment I've seen. So this could be amazing. And anything that we don't need, Zaza will pay handsomely for. Wizard paper fetches a pretty penny, let me tell you.
Valued very high. Would be in good shape.
Looks like premium quality wizard paper as well.
I'm looking at my shopping list like, what the fuck? Why would they write shopping lists on really important paper?
We're gonna have to go back to Star's settlement and Star's unity and unload the bag of holding.
Thank you.
uh,
40,000
so
pounds.
if I had to put a number on it, I'd say there's about a grand total of about 2,000 gold pieces worth of paper in this room.
Sold.
And Vorkris, since you're doing it as well, can I get an investigation check from you? Since you'd be in that room taking paper.
Certainly.
Okay, so in Jorprix's sort of haste to like look in this room and his excitement of finding all this paper, he missed this. But Vorkris, as you're going across this room, just like scooping all the paper, putting it into the thing, you accidentally knock over just a small little table that sort of like crumbles open. The table hatch opens up, and out comes several vials of black ink.
Ink as well.
Ink.
This is like the best room ever. How much ink does it look like I've acquired?
Not much. There's only about 6 vials of ink or so.
Okie doke. So yes, I'm sticking 1,000 gold of paper into my sheet, Juprix, just so you can do the same.
I'll put it in the party loop, but notate
Yeah.
that it's between Vorkris and Joprix.
If it's in the party, well, I mean, no one else can use it.
What I would do is I'll just put these inks in the same price range of what the paper is. So
Okay, so yeah, 2,000 total.
Yeah, so 2,000 total.
That makes sense.
It just simplifies it really, but yeah.
It definitely does. And then next long rest we can have a little a spell copying party.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, whilst Oprix and Fortress are having one hell of a paper party. What's the rest of the party doing?
Wondering why two grown men are so excited about fucking paper.
Keeping a
Pretty much.
watchful eye out.
Apparently, I'm just holding open the bag of holding.
Yeah, keeping a watchful eye out in case there's any danger about. Just make sure that we don't get interrupted while
And I'll get a
people are
perception
filling
check
their-
from you, please.
filling their boots.
Alright. So Zurich, you sort of just like wander over to the side of the room a little bit and just sort of like put your back towards it, just sort of keeping your eyes out, also keeping your ears open as well for any potential dangers. And then you feel a slight vibration in your back. Like, whoa, you sort of look away. You like step forward and turn around a little bit. And just like look at the wall. You just see like some dust particles sort of like sprinkle off of it a bit. Like, what? Then you feel your foot just kind of like tingle a little bit, like something moved underneath it. You sort of raise your leg and you see paper just go moving directly into the center. You're able to call out danger, party, just as the ground opens up and you see a large, wide, open-mouthed creature, thick and carapaced, gnashing like blunt teeth, wide eyes, four legs and a long tail that just burrows out of the ground and moves in to attack you guys. And that is where we'll pick up the session next time.